And welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, everybody, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson. Hello. And these are my fabulous friends who I'm going to play D&D with tonight. Let's start Michael Jackson. Where are you?
Oh, hello.
Erica Webb.
Hello.
Tanner Messer.
Hi.
And Bendale.
Hi, I'm just a guy.
No, you're so much more. This is Campaign 2, Dragontooth Academy, our evil villain campaign, which means it's rated M for mature. We do some dirty stuff, some raunchy stuff, and they make comments that even I won't repeat. Livia, I'm looking at you.
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll see you right after the intro.
Show it.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're watching us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, thank you so much. But if you're specifically watching us on Twitch, don't forget, you get Rooter points. The more you watch, the more you comment, the more you subscribe, share, subscribes, you gain Rooter points, which are our channel points. And then you can scroll down to the bottom, and there's a list of options of things you can make happen in the game. Like you can give health potions, give advantage, give disadvantage. And I am proud to announce that before next Wednesday, we will be getting brand new and improved Rooter rewards. We're going to have Rooter rewards specific to Dragontooth Academy, one specific to Into the Expanse, one specific to just one-shots, and then ones that can apply everywhere. So,
Kinky.
I guess you can still do Into the Expanse ones, but they have like character names. Like this happens for Irva, and there's no Irva here. But anyways.
Oh, we getting singled out.
Yeah. Like you're getting Livia rewards, Penny rewards, B rewards, Bognak.
So we're gonna know whose favorites are. There's gonna be no more question of
There's
like,
no-
this is gonna. They said I wanted to go to that bitch.
We'll leave the
Got
advantage stuff in. You know, they're not as
Make
great
enemies.
as they're more expensive. So, and then we're like the ones that are shared are going to be like super expensive. So like someone who's watched like half a season can make something crazy happen that just like forces all of us to go, okay, this way.
Said commercial break. We'll be back.
Yeah. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. And if you're watching us on Facebook, thank you so much. We see those comments, not live, but we see them later, and I really appreciate them. All right. Thank you. Are you guys ready?
Oh.
Last time on episode 39. Pay attention, Livia. Bee, in her goal to get back her boyfriend Ruth Quinn, finds herself face to face with the shadow government of the Millwast Center. After being sponsored by the remaining Grifflin family wizards and her own testimonial of what happened at Dragontooth Academy, the shadow government makes Bee and Russ official workers for Millwast. Their goal is to retrieve information on how to stop Cthulhu and return it to the Millwast Center, because they're all against it. On the whole, Bee and Russ know all the while, I can't read my own handwriting, all the while, Bee and Russ are strapped with a dissolving bracelet that tracks their every move. They are then sent off with bracelets for the squad in a box in hopes they also join Millwast's mission and their desire to take down Cthulhu. Bee spends 3 weeks looting and pillaging Millwast, unstopped by the guards that all watch very close by, and she boosts her armor class to 20. Meanwhile, Penny, Livia, and Bognak, and some NPCs plot the arrival of the Shardminds.
All of them.
Yeah, literally. I think it's more than those three.
The gang.
The squad plots the arrival of the Shardminds to the small village Shardmine Emporium. But before they arrive, they stumble upon a scene of disaster that leads them into a very quick fight against famed Cinder Island legend, Tippy Toe. Once they arrive in the small village, after kicking Tippy Toe's ass...
Me too.
They arrive in the small village, and they set up camp for 3 weeks and get down to business. We ended last time as the Shardminds all started to trickle in. Where does the party take them? Penny floated the idea of the Silver Swamps. Boyle suggested taking the Grifflin portable warehouses and housing them in there. But they all agreed to offer Shardminds freedom above all. Tonight, we're going to start with Penny, standing before thousands of Shardminds. So, literally, if you imagine a building that was kind of like the one you were in before at Mill West, it's a little bit smaller. It doesn't have 2 stories. It's really just the display and stuff and like rooms to like work. And you're standing in the doorway. You've seen for hours and days now Shardminds pouring in. They've kind of been trickling around the port and around, just kind of staying nearby because you've told them in 3 weeks when everyone's there. Well, the 3 weeks are over. Shardminds have filled the city. If you took a bird and flew up and looked down, it would just look red and like speckles of blue. So you now stand before the thousands of Shardminds representing this place that you have. Boyle's by your side. Livia's there waiting. Cleonile, Mortenzal, Bognak, Hamming.
Yeah, definitely want the whole crew. Like I want us to be presenting to them. I feel like I'm on like an auditorium stage. And I'm like, hi, I'm the principal. These are my teachers. Like, and hello, new students. But yeah, and to help out, Penny will cantrip cast thaumaturgy and triple the sound of her voice. And she stands up, and she's like standing there. Welcome, Shardminds. My name is Penny, and I've gathered you all here today because I believe no one should be punished for the circumstances of their birth. There is no recall because there is no Shardmind Emporium, at least not as it once was. The Grifflins are no more. My friends and I put an end to them and the pirate captains who plagued Port Royal, and we've made it our home. We've been labeled as villains by others, much like you've been labeled as slaves by those like them. So let it be known that it was villains who brought down Dragontooth after Summit built it. Let it be written in the history books that it was villains who freed the Shardminds from slavery, while those who call them just stood around. But we are no longer what they made us, and we are no longer just villains, much like you are more than just slaves or toys to be customized. You are more than pretty things. Each of us is pure potential. Oh, I lost my pace. Hold on. Each of us is pure potential. We, and she references the people behind her, are the seeds of change, and we will be who shapes the new world. Cthulu has risen and lays waste to Sylvanel as we speak. We've watched as heroes have fallen and fled. Our best chances now are for the outsiders to band together, united. I offer you all your freedom back, something you never should have lost. You may take that right now and return to your lives before your enslavement, to live them as full as you can before Cthulhu comes, and I do believe she will come for all the souls in this world. Or you can reclaim your destiny. Go down in history no matter if you live or die. I offer you the chance to live on your own terms. The students, pirates, Shardminds, wizards, and ex-Summit militia who stand with me today are ready to give their lives to create a world they want to live in. I'm asking you now to all do the same. No longer will we hold bated breath. No longer will we cower. The material plane is my home, and I will not abandon it to yet another tower, to yet another tyrant. The age of peace has come to an end. I think it's time for the age of Flora. So I ask you all now, who will stand with me for the trials to come? That echoes out.
I raise my hand and cast guidance on Penny.
And old boy who does the telepathic thing, he would have me linked as well, so that it's like I'm saying it loudly, but also they're hearing it in their head, so they're getting the whole full like.
As you stand there, you can hear all of your allies, breathing habits. You can feel their energies. You can feel the skin of Cleonile almost wanting to change with excitement into maybe you, because God, it must feel good to be you right now. The salty breeze from the shores way, way off in the distance close to the port are still waving in. You feel that breeze, but it's hot because the sun is beaming. It feels good. It feels like you're definitely getting a little tan on your leaves, so to speak. So as you stand and look at all these different shapes and sizes of faces of sorrow and hope and despair and confusion, roll me a persuasion check.
My dice is so sweaty.
With the guidance on top.
Ooh. I'll roll the guidance first. Okay, that's +3, so we got a 3 plus a 9 to start with, so that's at least a 12. Alright. And I got an 11, so dirty 20 plus 3, 23.
You see a couple of the Shardminds dead silent. A couple of the Shardminds step up, and you hear in your mind small whispering questions to one another. and all of the Shardminds. You can see their inner body made of full crystal, but just a little bit of light shining in their heart, a little bit brighter on that one and that one before a sea of lights are flickering. Like you can see the wave of lights around them as they're talking. And now questions are aiming back to you. And the questions you're hearing are, where do we sign up? What do we do now? Where do we go? How can we help? Tons of different special abilities that make these Shardminds unique and individual are being shouted at you, and you are overwhelmed with a revolution. Every Shardmind is going with you. And all of 4 of you roll me a perception check. Not you, B. You're on your way to Port Royal. But just you 3, not your NPCs.
Ooh.
Don't worry about mine.
Okay.
Livia, I'd be trying to roll high, and you'd be like 28, and I'm like,
I got
okay,
a
well, first of all,
19.
I rolled a 17, and I got 18. So.
Oh. Mine's not that.
Penny, you definitely, you can see as all these questions are hitting you, and you're I would say you would get overwhelmed normally, but you're Penelope, Penny, Flora. You don't get overwhelmed by this. You've lived through the chaos.
Yeah, I think she's tracking it with Queenie as well. She's like saying it. She has always had a voice in her head, so she's like,
yes. And there's thousands here all around you. Livia was counting. Not a precise number, but there's over 4,000 Shardminds here.
Jeez.
She will start to I mean, she will give out, general answers. There's a registry, a specialization registry for the Shardminds that Bognak is running, so they can, put up what they can do. Like I said, we have Port Royal as our base of operations, but we did just hear about those portable houses, so I think that might be having 4,000 Shardminds is a lot more.
I will also say in the thoughts that were coming up to you telepathically from the Shardminds, none of them know what Port Royal is, because Port Royal is a secret pirate cove with a secret entrance into the place. So.
Gotcha. Well, we will figure out housing. We have a base, but not one that can hold 4,000. But hopefully, if we can get these barracks, that will be a thing to do. I think that also will be what I'm trying to tell the main NPCs is we need to start formulating plans to figure out how to get those housing things. Yeah. Any other general questions? But she will just start. She has answers for most things, so she'll just keep giving them back out. But Bognak for registry, we're gonna start planning with Zergay and Zorg to get. I think Zorg will actually go with Bognak to help with the registry because he's got the big brain, and we'll start with the plan to figure out how to get houses. Boyle, that's what I need, the cat guy. And we'll start to plan to figure out how we can get these Shardminds together, and also we'll have training for those who aren't combat ready. We will have training for those, and we'll have different options. If you do magic, we can hit you up. We're so diverse here, so we will have everyone ready to do what they're comfortable with. But yeah, that's kind of the info she's giving out. 4,000 is a lot of people for her to communicate with, so she's trying to do that.
Well, I imagine you're communicating through Vorg to a big chunk, and then they are telepathically just passing it on, and you're booming outwards so they can also hear that.
Yeah.
I think.
Just taking time to
hear, actually. I don't know. Forgot.
But just taking that time to disseminate, just speaking to the masses is going to be
cool.
hard to in general. But just making sure she's answering all the questions.
They'll ask you questions about what you know about Cthulhu. They'll ask about Dragontooth Academy. They'll bring up the wanted posters where they've seen you specifically. They want to know how they can trust you. They want to know what happens when their wizard owners come looking for them. They want to know what about Mill West and all of Cinder Island that runs on the economy of their work. What are your plans for the fight back on your own turf? It's like an interview.
Wait.
It's Shardminds CNN.
For the economy thing, she's just fully against the concept of using them for any kind of means, especially under the false pretenses that they were enslaved because Cthulhu was gonna rise, but now here's Cthulhu, and they still aren't the gate. So she just wants to get them out of that. She just fuck their system. Honestly, she's if they come for us, she's willing to absolutely fight, which is why she's getting them ready, because she don't fuck with slavery and she's down to destroy all their systems, if need be. But if they don't want to have to throw hands with us, that's great too. We are murderers though. We are villains, capital V. And she explains like why she how she went to Dragontooth. She kind of goes through like she went there on purpose. She was like she's a very like determined person. She gives them the whole like she can get the manifesto. She fights for the Flora. She's very open about like why she's doing what she's doing. She wants everyone to like truly understand what's going on. But yeah.
Cool. Vorg will tell you from what he's hearing that you would need an ample amount of time to individually get to know what these Shardminds can do in terms of who's basically not a commoner, who can fight, or who can heal, who's part of the medic team or whatever. But that the majority of them are not, or majority of them are commoners.
Okay.
With like a special skill.
Yeah, and so which is fine, yeah, because I know that, I mean, even the fact that they can, like, communicate telepathically and breathe underwater, even the commoners run better than the standard human in you know, what they can do. But also, she will mention that there is talk of, that the other Shardminds that were the pirates know about this water thing, and the chance that there's, like, another option for them to contribute to a thing. But she's very iffy on, like, giving that one because it sounds like the worst option, but she will tell them that there's this chance to like make a monster gate, like kind of piecing that information together of what she's learned from the pirates and getting them to help her, like the Shardmind pirates with the other Shardminds, getting them to like give that like lore about the undersea gate, and getting them to turn into like a weapon or monster thing. If if you want to go that route of being like, I want to help but like I can't fight, and it's like, oh, I'll be a thing, then like. Yeah, go pop off, sis.
So, are you gonna are you gonna take the time now to interview all of them, get information, get a big scale group consensus on abilities, because that'll require a time jump.
Oh, okay. So this is pre-time jump that just happened, or is this 3 weeks?
No, this is 3 weeks, and B is on her way right now with Russ.
I like how nobody's worried about me. Thanks, guys.
That is.
I haven't even literally been 3 weeks.
I also didn't. Yeah, I also didn't expect to jump 3 weeks. I do want to cast. So I guess I do want to check in with 2 people actually, because and also the party, because I don't want to like skip if like you guys have other things to do, but like I don't see why Penny wouldn't want to like get the information right now. But I'll ask people who are currently present.
Would my registry speed anything up? I know I didn't roll great, like a 13, but would I have like the elite ones written down?
Yeah, it would just like I'm taking your 13 and you being in charge of that registry with Will, and like them getting to know big groups and funneling the information to you. I'm taking that 13 to account at that time in my mind.
Gotcha.
To make sure Bognak has time to do at his pace.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, if it helps, you said a bunch of them are commoners. If there are people who like know they do not want to fight, like Penny's not going to make anybody fight, but she will train those who would like to. So if that helps speed up being like, do you want to go to like the front lines, step forward and go like fight, versus do you get anxious in battle and keep letting you shit yourself? Like you should probably go on Bake Squad, and that can be like left up. That can be done later.
We're over here.
Yeah, team espionage.
Cool.
But yeah, outside of that, I would cast Ascending to B and also to Rakshita, because I haven't heard from either of them in a very long time. And I didn't expect a 3-week jump. But yeah, so I will cast the first one to Rakshita, because she just seems like an easier conversation to have than 25 words to B. So I cast Ascending and I say, collected Shardminds, stopped pirates, things going well. Update with you in fighting pits? ? Hope this reaches you not tomorrow. Send updates. Thank you. Yeah.
Brilliant work. On the way back to Port Royal, Millwast proved beneficial. Cthulhu is our common enemy. More details when I arrive. B knows everything.
She's like, I don't know. B knows everything. What the?
B never remembers shit.
And then I will cast Ascending to B. Didn't return with everyone else? ? Are you alive ? Everything okay? Any information needed to be shared? Things going well here. Boom.
All right, B, you got 25 words
25
to respond.
words.
He's gonna respond in like text form, basically. So all she's gonna send out is like YA space OTW. Yeah, on the way.
Oh, I was like, what?
I love
You know,
it.
like like YA, and then just like OTW.
I think
That's
those are-
That's all
Gotcha.
she sends.
I think each
We
one of
have
those
been
letters.
working a lot with acronyms, you know.
Yeah. I think because it's still B, each letter and space is like a word in terms of how you use the spell. So, YA space OTW.
Yeah,
So
that
it's like
was
6
really hard
words.
for her. She didn't know what was going on. A little too much brain power.
Is that English? What is that?
And he's like,
Honestly, I think you just broke the spell.
Yeah.
all
The
right.
text?
Yeah, I think Penny will definitely stay here. I think she
Please send us
will.
a code.
I think Penny's gonna tell the team who's here about what Rakshita said and what B said, I guess. Assuming they're both heading to Port Royal, but Penny's gonna stay here, assumingly with Bognak, to finish up this registry and get these people like moving along, and also to plan out getting these, the warehouses. But we can send back the Shardminds and pirates who like came with us to help get this place, as we're no longer like in danger. So, and if Livia wants to go back, I'll send Morton Zhao back as well, to go with them to start training with the pirates so they can keep up with their typical routine. So I'll send Morton Zhao, the old pirates and Shardminds, except Zorg's gonna stay, and then
Will Hemming will stay with Ben.
and then consent of
Bognak.
everyone else. I won't speak for y'all. Oh, Clea now stays as well.
Okay. Livia?
I'm going to go back as well, but I'm assuming that when Penny yelled Bake Squad, people that wanted to join Bake Squad came over to me since I waved my hand. Bake Squad over here, you know? So I'm hoping to get some like very like homely Shardminds together
Okay.
and get a Bake
Holy.
Squad. Yeah.
So the gay Shardminds are like,
Revolution in the
"Yes,
kitchen!
Yeah.
They say we're
Homely
gonna go
Shardminds.
cooking.
Yeah.
Why'd you
We're
talk
gonna
about?
do that, bitches. And yeah, we're gonna start setting up hospitality services at Port Royal.
Cool.
And we're gonna get Bake Squad together. So I'm gonna take them back and we're gonna get that going.
Cool.
You really said, yeah, I heard your economy questions. Don't worry. We're going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have it covered.
You need money? I got you, Girl Scouts.
And the funny thing is, the Shardminds don't eat, so like your resources won't dwindle with them.
Useless. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, wow, this is turning out to be great. While that's happening, before you guys head on back, around that time, B and Russ find their way back through the tunnel, back to that secret entrance into Port Royal. Russ is immediately, his stomach just like gargling like crazy. He's gonna run to the kitchen and go get food and bring you some food back, B.
Okay, cool. He's just gonna have the bracelets, like looking down at them, just kind of, pondering to herself a little bit before she like closes them up. They were in a box, right?
It has a lid, yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna like close that and like stuff it in her hair and kind of just hide it for now, not immediately bring it up, and it's gonna like follow after Russ to get some food because that bitch is starving.
All right, as you're getting to the kitchen where Livia and her Shardminds, or you jumped in the rooter butter, the door burst open and Russ is holding a bunch of things of bread and butter and just drops it in front of you and says, I don't remember which one was the rooter butter, which one wasn't. They all kind of smell like it at this point, so good luck.
Doesn't matter either way. And she'll just like pick up a huge like chunk of butter and like slap it on some bread. Like an overwhelming amount. It's like that thick of butter, and like a tiny piece of bread, like just disgusting.
He pulls a flame
And,
in his hand. He's like, you want me to melt it?
Nah, I like it better like this. And she's just gonna bite down into like the brick of butter on top of this piece of bread.
All right, roll a chance die.
God.
Trauma.
It was a 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
roll a Constitution saving throw.
It was literally a 3, I'm not joking.
Jesus.
you got a superpower girl for sure.
Did con save?
Yeah. Because you
You're
definitely
good at
ate
that.
Rooter butter.
25.
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you definitely are going to
I'm
chunk
used
into
to it
Rooter
now.
butter, and you're getting, like, just a slight buzz, like a slight, like, feeling good, but it's not going to mess you up. You're used to it by now.
Okay.
Um,
Beas just gonna like nod at Livia too, because obviously it's been 3 weeks since anyone's seen either.
Yeah,
of
I
them.
just hear like this like rumbling going on like beside me as I'm like over here helping direct Shardminds in the baking process.
they're going to get there before you get back.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. The way they left after the 3 weeks and you guys stayed for the rousing speech and stuff, they're going to beat you by minutes.
Okay,
okay.
so we're just gonna be sitting having a good old meal then until they get there.
All right, as you look out at Port Royal, the water shining from the light outside the big cove window archway thing, the ripples are kind of like pretty still. You see the fins of sharks that meander the way in and out, and you just kind of look around the port that's much quieter than before when you first got here with all the revelry. Pirates are moving about, training with Shardminds. You see on Komapa, on the big ship that Komapa has turned into, there are some Shardminds that are still trying to practice archery. And there's a stillness bee. And as you're sitting there, you can hear Russ crunching on bread that he's heated up the butter, so it looks kind of perfect. You just hear in your mind. Time is running out, student. Make some decisions quickly. See you soon. B.
Can I tell whose voice it is?
That face.
Roll a history check with advantage.
That face it.
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, thank God. 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
It's Fatale.
What the fuck?
Why you call
Okay.
me and not me, ho? First of all, this why
Okay,
I
well,
got trust issues.
if I recognize it's Fatale, she's just kind of like look around and out loud just go, hello?
Who are you talking to?
Damn. Maybe this butter's hitting a little bit more than I thought. Don't worry about it. Never mind.
Oh god.
He just kind of looks down at your stomach. And after 3 weeks, I don't know if you can see anything, but you feel full as you go to eat that food. But you want it so bad. That food's so bad. So go ahead and roll another con saving throw. As, like, without even thinking about it, you're already chewing the rest of that bread and butter.
17.
Yeah, doesn't hit you. Alright, cool. About that time, Livia, thousands of well, I guess not thousands if it's the Bake Squad. A lot of Shardminds. An assembly of Shardminds.
I think it's 20 of them, technically. There's 14 pirate ones, and 6 from the house we just got.
Basically, it looks to you like
I keep
everyone's
numbers.
coming back.
It's like
Yeah.
2,000 of our 4,000 Shardminds are just in the big squad.
Yes.
This is their freedom. This is...
I love the fucking face!
Alright, well, before we see this interaction, we'll go ahead. Penny and Bognak will boil the cat, the Shardminds that are there. It's going to take you at least 2 full days to get the basic gist of what everyone can do here. So, in that 2 days, you're going to learn that 3,000 of the 4,000 are commoners. Now, they have varying skills. Pretty much anything you can think of, someone can do something good. So, whenever there is a problem that you need a Shardmind to fix, if you get someone, whoever is talking to them, or you can go looking for them, you'll probably find a solution.
We love a Google search. Control
Yes.
F.
Yeah.
Yes. So Vorg will also tell you, Will and Bognak, that he will help you communicate with the Shardminds as well. So Vorg will be your go-to communication with the Shardminds if you're like away from them and stuff, because he can do longer distance
Our
messaging.
liaison.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted for him after I fired that other guy.
Perfect.
The person we found, and I was like,
And out of that
Yeah.
1,000, they will range from like they can hold their own with a knife to a few of them were actually trained at the Mill West School and they're powerful wizards.
Ooh.
More
Okay,
details
so
to come. But basically, out of that 1,000, we'll say you've got 500 grunts, 500 like they can fight but they're not too strong. I hope someone's writing this down.
Oh, writing it all down.
Okay.
We have so many numbers on this page.
I'm not.
Yep. 500 grunts and 500.
150 pretty strong fighters. So that's 350. Pretty strong fighters. Wait, 150, so that's 450, so there's 50 more.
So it's 300
Oh,
grunts,
well.
not 500 grunts.
Yeah, you counting up or down?
I don't
You said
remember.
500 grunts.
500 grunts.
But-
oh, I see now. Yeah, 500 grunts out of 1,000. 500 grunts.
Yeah, you were counting the other way down.
My bad.
Yeah, I got
350 of like the
Okay.
strong fighters. No, I'm not of 1,000. I get it now. So that's 850. So 150 more. We'll say 100 of them could be like full frontal offensive, and 50 of them are like probably as trained as you. Actually, they're level 10s because they graduated from their school.
Well,
We
don't
love an offensive frontal.
don't shame me. We're trying to do some like foreign exchange credits right now. It'll transfer. We did
So-
fail our first make at the GED though.
I got the 500 grunts, 350 decent fighters, 50 wizards. What was right before the wizards? The third one you said.
Like they
500
could be
grunts.
on the front lines. They're like super
Oh, front
strong.
lines. Okay, front lines.
They're maybe like level 6
front lines.
of whatever they are.
Perfect. And that's who got doing math. 100. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
All right, in
That's-
those 2 days, Livia and everyone back there with B and Russ, what are you guys doing?
Well, I just see B and Russ sitting in this like little kitchen area, shoving butter in their face, and I just swing the door open and my jaw drops. I'm like, "Is that really you two? B, Russ?"
B just had huge mouthfuls like,
Russ is,
Livia runs on all fours at B and just tackles her.
dexterity saving throw. Dexterity saving throw.
hurt my baby.
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
Good thing I'm dexterous, and it's a save. 19.
Okay, as
Ooh,
you
Bradley,
get down on all four, which nobody has seen in this squad, you do before. As you get down on all four and start charging, you see bread and butter go flying into the air as Russ goes in full defense mode and transforms into a velociraptor diving forward. And as you're on all fours, you just kind of use his body as a stool and jump up at him with those big arms to beat as he goes flying into a barrel.
Yeah, and I just grab onto B and hug her, and I'm like, I missed you.
B's like, hey, what's up? I'm back.
Oh, my rabid little hoe, I missed
Not
you.
like anybody came to get us or whatever, but you know, told y'all I'd bring back
usually
Russ.
we don't have to take care of you. You're usually pretty self-sufficient, so I had faith, and look where it got us.
you
back
once jumped
here.
off a boat and you just made it back.
Yeah, not many people do that. So
Yeah,
I wish it
yeah.
would have been Russ that jumped off the boat, but we can't always get what we want.
He actually did. He also jumped off the boat.
Forgettable moment. My bad.
He stabbed a man with a stick. Go back and watch the episodes.
He would say something if he wasn't currently trying to get his head out of a crate.
But
He's
no,
like-
I'm very glad to see them both.
And B says, yeah, so much shit has happened since I saw you guys last. I gotta give everybody an update, I think.
Yeah, how the
maybe-
fuck
maybe
did you
once
get
this
out of
butter
this?
wears off a little bit, because I'm feeling kind of weird.
Yeah, that shit's good, ain't it?
I don't know if it's
What do you mean
just the
weird,
butter. Like,
Is it and Livia like rubs her tummy area?
yeah.
I thought it would help it. That's kind of why I took all the rooter and business ideas, but B was part of it. Business with B. Maybe I should go into business with B with the butter. There's so
B's
many
butter.
B's. I love it.
These bedibles.
You have a whole vat of butter that you soaked yourself in that we can specifically call Beas butter.
Like
I
it.
figured
Charge extra for that batch.
I made them save that. Yeah, I didn't let them throw it out.
Bees body butter.
Some weird fuckers out there. They'll love that.
BBB. That's what we like.
Russ pops out of the crate, transforms back into a human, straightens his jacket, kind of is standing as you guys are. Livia's got to crouch over to hug B.
Well, I think we should talk about this if we're going to go into business. Business is very difficult. I've read lots of books on it. And if we're going to do it, we have to do the way of the dinosaur. Primal.
Russ, I'm going to stop you right there because I never said business with Russ. I said business with B.
Motherfucker, let me check your relationship points for a second. Let me see where you at.
They negative,
Oh, okay.
Okay,
playing the
negative.
He's going to look at you and say, okay, you're new here. Let me explain something. This one right here, everyone knows is carrying the greatest dinosaur that ever lived. And I will do anything to protect that dinosaur.
Did a piss poor job protecting her from my hug. And that's just a hug, little baby. Check yourself before you start to speak to me that way. I know I'm new here, so you don't fucking know me either.
He grabs another handful of butter.
He looks at B, and he looks back at you, and he reaches his hand back on the table and grabs a big stick of butter. And he reaches back and grabs another one and tosses it to you.
I grab it.
Let's duel.
With butter?
First one that gets butter on them shuts the fuck up.
We technically both have butter on us because we're holding the butter.
I mean, somewhere other than our palm.
Okay.
Roll
I
initiative!
just throw my butt. No, I just.
Oh,
I
he's-
was gonna say I roll my butter. I throw my butter at his face.
Oh, I know what you was gonna do. I know what you was gonna do.
Roll
Oh,
initiative.
oh,
Okay,
shit.
Me and Russ Quinn fucking fighting.
Butter duel.
Wait, did Olivia throw the
15?
butter? You just
No.
threw it? Did you have to roll for it?
No, she didn't throw it. She didn't throw it. I called for initiative first. What'd you get?
Yeah, 15.
All right, you beat him, so your action will be throwing the butter.
And
At his face.
As soon as B sees the butter leave Livia's hands, B's gonna take the butter in her hands and go, fight! And throw a handful at both of them.
Okay, so as butter is flying past us, all our attacks and stuff or throws will have disadvantage. Okay, so roll for your butter attack.
Mine?
No, Livia's.
Oh.
Can I butter up my boomerang and throw it at it?
It would be an
No,
action
I'm
to
just
boom.
kidding. I'm already throwing just butter at him. So that is a 17 to hit with butter.
All right, he kind of jumps up very fancy with his legs spread out to dodge it, and as he turns, it just slides across his side and butters his shirt. And as he lands, he just stands there beside B and he completely ignores you. Gain 2 negative relationship points with Russ Quinn as you don't hear this, you just see his lips because he whispers it where B can hear as he's standing there fuming.
We've got another Yumi on our hands.
You and me
It
both.
did remind me of them. Definitely.
Does this mean Russ?
Can't quite put my finger on it.
Does this mean Russ loses his ability to get an erection?
Have I demasculated Russ again? Is he no longer bonerific? Because I will
Conte.
take that.
I was gonna say.
He is staring at B intently, only thinking about, is the dinosaur fine? Is she fine? Is she high? Did the rooter get her? Where's everybody else? Is Livia still looking at me?
Oh yeah, I'm staring his little ass down. Admit defeat. You're buttered up, boy.
I mean, I threw butter at both y'all too, so
This is accurate.
I was just butter. Y'all need to see
I'm a neutral party.
Livia's concentration has maintained on Russ throughout that whole thing. Though.
And Russ is concentrated on B. He's fuming like he's gonna explode, but he's holding it in.
melting butter.
Okay, B's gonna change the subject and go, so now that that's over, I was meaning to tell you, look at this. And she's gonna reach in her hair and she's gonna pull out the box and open the lid with the bracelets in it and be like, I got these while I was gone.
Ah, Where'd you get these from? These are kind of cute. And Livia like picks one up and like kind of like examines it a little bit.
And she goes, wait, don't put it on yet. Because they put one on me. They put one on Russ. Apparently, it watches everything we do. So, like, there's people now, like, watching me, like, say this to you. And she, like, turns around real fast and is like, I don't know where they are. Apparently, they're
Livia,
watching
like,
me.
gets serious real quick after, like, that altercation. And, like, admiring this, like, jewelry. And she just, like, straight face looks at Bea and she's like, who is they? Who knows where you're at right now?
He's just gonna turn to Russ and go, just remember a bunch of lights. There was like this big glowy thing in the middle. Some dude named Rip Spencer took us there. I don't know. And it looked a lot like where I was from. It was like a really big building with like lots of rooms, and there was all like a ton, and she just like keeps going like into way too much detail, but like not actually saying what happened, you know? And she's like, and there was tiny people in all like the rooms, and they were all talking, and like I had to tell them about my whole fucking life, dude, and like they were gonna kill me if I didn't,
and they didn't tell you who they were, what organization they're with, like who we need to be thinking they are.
He just goes, I don't remember. Us. Do you remember?
And he's gonna tell Bea,
Yes, remember they are the Shadow Organization with the Milwest Center. They want our help to find a weakness, something that can help bring down Cthulhu. Remember? We're on their side. That's why they're watching us.
Livia turns her head at Russ. What you mean you're on their side?
he looks
Have
at
we
you for the
switched
first time.
sides over here?
If you don't want your bracelet, I'll take it.
Well, apparently you're already wearing one, and I just can't see it.
He's gonna
Lydia's
snatch.
gonna put the. Or I'm holding on to the bracelet because I'm about to cast Identify on this bitch.
Yeah, Bea was gonna like go to like swipe, I guess, kind of, but maybe since she's so tiny, she like misses.
I just like lift it up a little
goes
bit.
to do that. And Bea's like, but don't put it on. I don't. You know, I'm not good with this kind of stuff. So like, I feel like I need to take these to like Penny, and maybe Penny can tell me what to do because I don't know. I'm just ready to cut my hand off because I don't like the fact that there's somebody behind me watching me and I can't see them.
Yeah, I don't like that at all for us either. Because where you're at, we're at, which means we're all being
So
monitored
stupid.
at this point in time. So I'm not going to put this on. We will get this to Penny. Hopefully we can get contact with her at some point and just relay this. Maybe the Shardminds can communicate with each other, the ones that are back there, and we can get this message to her. But yeah, I'm going to try and figure out exactly what the hell this thing is that is currently on you, apparently. I'm going to cast Identify on the bracelet.
Is an extremely high, powerful magic that is of the same magic of, sending a message. But it's an individual permanent magical item that dissolves straight into your skin and stays in the skin in that area. And it like liquefies into drops that say separate in your...
And how would I like get this out of them? How would I just like technically take off the bracelet?
I don't think Identify would be that specific. Like, it's designed not with the intention to remove it.
Properties and how to use them. Oh, it's designed not to remove.
Yeah, it's not designed to move. It's a permanent thing until.
So that shit like in her bloodstream.
Yes, but not past her arm. It's like hovering separate drops in her bloodstream, in her body.
He's gonna turn to Livia and say, well, I feel like we need to talk to Penny about all of this. I was just telling you first, because I saw you first,
no.
and I tell you everything,
Sure.
but I have an idea of how to take it off if Penny thinks it should come off and we shouldn't put them all on. I think I know how to get mine and Russ's off, but I don't want to talk about it yet, because they're listening to me. And if I tell them, they might try to stop me, okay?
They can
She like
hear
turns
us.
around again and is like looking for whoever, because Beas when they said that they're listening to her, she thinks that there's like people following her around. She
I
doesn't
know
get
where
like
Beas
the
and
tech
Alan
behind
is
it.
at.
So
Yeah, for sure. No, I was just seeing if I could get any information out of the item itself that you were rusted and tell me. But yeah, we'll spill the beans to Penny about all this. Other than that, do you want to ride this high out on the ship so we can get comfortable and we can take over Bake Squad? I'll introduce you to Bake Squad.
Absolutely. I'm so tired after walking all that way and pillaging a whole town. I'll have to tell you about that later, too.
Oh, sounds amazing. I hate I missed it.
All right, so 2 days will pass. You guys can chill, meet the Bake Squad. I'll go ahead and tell you the Bake Squad's going to be 50 Shardminds.
Bake Squad is 50 Shardminds.
Yeah, 50 of the commoners. Like, they specifically like to bake, and they're good at it. Baking, cooking, searing, chopped, dice, split, topped. The whole Waffle House menu. So, yeah, you guys will chill and sleep for 2 days. Around that time, Penny and all the well, you guys are deciding with Boyle and stuff about these warehouses, right?
Yeah. I think after we get those numbers from the Shardminds, I think Penny wants to throw the idea to Cleonile and to Boyle and Bognak that Cathart's not that far from where we are. It might be easy to hit because like she knows that the other ones are like not near us. So she's
right,
like,
and Cathart's right there at the port.
It might be the easiest to go hit Cathart and then go back. Which is why we kept Cleonile because she can do the whole thing again. And we have these Shardminds who are like aren't terrible, so we can bring some of the ones that are like decent. So we have it if things go sideways. It's like okay, so it's like oh this could be easy if you want to like. Your thoughts? Like should we just take a little rendezvous to go pick up another? Because how many do we know how many this our warehouse can hold? Like we have one warehouse with us that's next door to this place. Is it like what's the like? I assume 4,000 is going to be more the warehouses than we have. But
right.
Assuming, like, how big is this? Is it holding hundreds?
He's going to tell you that each warehouse has 4 floors that go down. So it's 4 floors. And, like, capacity is like 200 in a room or something. So it's straight 800 for each warehouse. If you're packed tight. That's capacity. Uncomfortable capacity.
Oh, first. Okay. Yeah, I would like to. I mean, that's Penny's idea. She would throw that out there. That maybe hitting Cathart and shutting down that Emporium and getting their warehouse would be a smooth bet for us, since we're already over here.
Boyle will tell you. I mean, take some of those powerful Shardminds, and if the other wizards put up a fight, blast them, or just dress up again. With this one here, as he looks at Cleonile, who's like, she wants to bet him so bad. He's like, or take her and she can play mommy again. Seems like you got lots of options.
Oh, definitely. I like the idea of sitting a Shardminds back in, sticking their old masters. That just seems like really cathartic for them, but because it's Cathart, and I just thought that was funny. But I think that could be a good option as well. But truly, just wanted to make sure I like to lead with the support of the wind behind me. So, Bognak, your thoughts?
Yeah, the more shelter we have, the better. And in fact, I think a couple of ways that maybe the commoners could help us right now. Could we establish maybe like a chain of commoners back between both sites so we can communicate back and forth?
They can't telepathically communicate that far.
Well, but if it's a chain, like they see the next guy, and they see the next guy, and they see the next guy.
Giant game of telephone.
It's a giant game of telephone. There probably will be a delay.
We have someone no sending, I'm sure. There's 50 mages.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of the mages, I'm all about getting us shelter for them. Let's keep them happy. Let's get them a good place to stay since they're coming with us. Maybe it's time we could get some recon of our own. Do you think any of the mages have a way to see maybe what's going on with Cthulhu and Fatal, or even Olivine? Like, do you think we have a way to do that?
Yeah, we can pool. I mean, I'm down to pool the 50 wizards, and we have the 5 wizards that we have from.
One of the very powerful of the Shardmind will tell you that he has the ability to scry on someone, but he's never met her.
Yeah, so we have scrying options, but yeah, it would take.
Have you met Cthulhu?
And have to be someone they knew too. I was like, oh, we could know somebody. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
In theory, they might know Cthulhu, just lore-wise, because they stopped the gate. It's a repressed memory.
They were once a gate,
Yeah, they were.
Well, they don't age, So
Exactly.
these would be the OGs.
He said,
So
I
they
got her.
seen that bit.
But also, Cthulhu destroyed one of my legendary items, so maybe don't try and
But-
spy on them because you might.
But they
just
also
explode.
weren't sentient when the gate was open. They gained sentience after it shattered.
Mm.
So they wouldn't have.
Who are we to say their memories are
seen-
not?
All right,
still
you know what?
there?
I'm gonna tell you what. The odds of at least one of them seeing it, and the odds of them being here. So I'm gonna roll a chance die, and if it's over 60%, or if it's 60% or more, I'll say someone in this crowd has seen Cthulhu, and then we'll go from there. Oh boy, this is fun. All right, here you
Rolls
go.
are 3.
Nobody in this crowd has seen Cthulhu.
Honestly, I don't want them to look, and then their just brain explodes. So I'm cool with that.
They don't have brains, right?
They don't have brains, but they have
They have, like,
minds. So any kind of mind control or stuff like that would still work.
But yeah, I guess. Well, we can communicate back and forth, so we don't need to do a Shardmind link chain. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think of anything else we could do. I mean, I guess hitting Cathart seems like the best plan. And if that is the consensus, then Penny will sending to Livia to update her. Since it's been, again, 2 days. I gotta make sure all this time's passing by and I'm like,
Yeah,
la, la,
they
la.
have slept for 2 days, and now they're back where you guys. So 3 weeks and 2 days have passed.
You think they could meet us at Cathart, like with the boat, and then we could get to the other ports faster?
I think the port's on, like, this side of the island and Cathart's on this side, so they have to go around one way.
Yeah.
Mm.
The other, so I think it's best if we just go there, because I feel like we already have so many people, so if we just hit them, take that little house thing, and peace out. It shouldn't be, because we didn't have to fight people here. We just walked in and said you're fired, and they left. So should go well.
Yeah, let's do the "you're fired" plan again. I think that's good, and
Yeah.
I'll come with.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sending to Livia. Update: we decided that we're gonna go to Cathart because we have some very able-minded Shardminds. Any updates? Did Bee and Rakshida arrive? Did anything burn down? Thanks. Sends to Livia. You get 25 words.
B is back. Got us in deep shit. LOL.
And your LOL's one word.
Yeah. Because I know letters and words are different.
And fuck you guys. I'm the stupid kid.
In deep shit. LOL. Shadow Council wants to work with us. IDK, bro. Shit wild. Have bracelets come back soon? Question mark? ILY. 25.
Look what you started. Texting.
I take all that in, but the thing that sticks out is the Shadow Council, which Penny kind of like says out loud to Bognak and to the Shardmind, who sounds like he's like gonna be the wizard go-to guy 'cause he's the strongest one, and just being like, and he's also old. Do you know anything about a Shadow Council?
He will
That
explain Mill West Center and the school that's in the middle and how the school is intertwined with it's called the Shadow Organization, which basically runs the economy and the booming success of the Mill West Center. So just for clarity, it's the Mill West School of Magic, and then over time they built the Mill West Center as the shadow government formed and kind of branches with the school. So it's kind of like the success of the school.
How B
made it.
remembers everything, but literally the most important part every time. I think that's so funny.
So
If they run the economy and you all were the economy, we are not allies.
he tells you they're going to have problems when they catch word of this.
That'll be a time for them because it sounds like they need help with Cthulhu. So they'll have to do some bargaining with us because you all will not be going back into slavery. Their economy can crumble for all I care. But and she's gonna start to gather she's gonna leave the grunts and the decent fighters and the frontliners and just bring the wizards. But she's gonna ask them to prepare, like if they have counterspell.
Some of them do.
And like what's the other one I wanted? Counterspell and like a tiny hut, so they have like things that they can like rest in, just like things that are like, and that's a ritual spell.
Gotcha.
But like going through like just like some basic things that they should have, so she's not like, oh, you all brought fucking color spray, awesome.
Yep.
Color spray could be a fun illusion.
Right.
Wow.
Listen, not 50 times. We need options. I'm gonna have fireball.
But I will say, it's like, if some of them have counterspell, can they share with others? Like, can they share the spell, like the spell book? Like, here, write this down.
Yes, but it takes like some time and some gold to do
we
it.
got time. We got gold.
We got gold. We got that.
Yeah. Well, we can make sure we do a spell exchange when we get back to getting this house, because we'll have someone to do it.
Gotcha.
But before we go, moving this warehouse, that's one of the wizards has to do that, right? Or is it like a thing you can operate? Because it like shrinks and does all this weird stuff.
Yeah, a wizard has to use it, but
Okay.
one of the wizards here can use it.
Yeah. So I just want to. We're like leaving the small village. I just want to bring this warehouse with us. And it can be collapsed with people inside of it, right? It's not like a weird like.
Yes, people can
They get
collapse
tiny
it.
and die.
Yeah,
very
that's what was
great.
happening to Bee. They were inside while they transported it
Gotcha.
secretly.
So yeah, we'll put the 500 grunts in there, and they're not all gonna fit, but definitely the grunts in there, because they are the ones who are gonna die first, and the rest of them can chill and relax, rotate, whatever. But we're gonna take the military and go to Cathart. The goal is to do the same role play again. We're gonna have our Shardminds with us. If any of them are from this center, that would help us out.
Gotcha.
But we're just gonna go in, tell them that they're replacing them. They gotta go, and then peace out. Because we don't need any Shardminds. We just need to go to the warehouse and get that. So.
Okay, go ahead and you're telling them that you're gonna it's gonna be like an hour and a half to get there. So if you go do it quickly and come back, you're looking at a little over 3 hours. So go ahead and roll Cleonel's performance check.
Okay.
We'll say that you've traveled there. It's a beautiful day on Cinder Island. By the way.
I will again cast guidance before Cleonel goes up. Just
Beautiful.
You got it, girl.
Beautiful.
Now pretending to be somebody.
So supportive.
That is a. Oh, man, I gotta roll this. Bognak.
B, you got a fan that you recently turned on?
Oh, hold on, let me fix it.
Oh.
It's the AC.
17.
Okay, it's successful. They leave. You get the hut. It is retrieved.
40 And these, just to make sure, because I know we burned down the first one, but these like things don't do it. They like aren't like they don't have like people staying in there and Shardminds who are like in these emporiums or anything. They're just like you just bring them there. It's like there's no Shardminds there because we have them all.
There are like staff of wizards, but you just fired everybody.
Yeah, but that's in the warehouse.
Oh no. The other Shardminds were there because they worked for the Griffin family.
Okay, and now they're all okay. Great, so we have all. Just wanted to make sure.
This isn't like Skechers headquarters. This is a Skechers in an outlet mall.
We're getting like the iPhone stores and like, ooh, do you have product in store, or like do you have to bring your own product? Just want to check.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she will take the little mini hut, and we'll head back to the first spot, put the new people in there, and then we will head back to.
All right, so roughly about 4 hours to do all of that and to get by. So you guys, when you sleep for 2 days, B, Russ, Livia, when you wake up, you've got about like 4 hours before they're gonna arrive. So think about what you want to do for those 4 hours, and then the rest of the party will arrive, and we'll all be together right after this 10-minute bathroom break.
Thank you, 10.
Heck yeah! Everybody go relax for a bit. We'll see everybody soon.
So much cardio.
Welcome back from the bathroom, everybody. All right, if you're just tuning in, thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, share. If you're on Twitch, use your rooter points to make things happen in the game. All right, what just happened? Everyone is finally back together, but before the rest of the party comes back, B, Russ, Livia, Shardminds, Pirates, Summit Soldiers,
Morton's out.
and Morton's out. You have 4 hours to do whatever you want. Any idea, or do you want to skip forward?
Yeah, so Livia's walking around with a clipboard and her little pen, looking at all the different little baked goods that have been made. What are some variations of things to expect that are being baked?
I'll give you 4 different things that are being made, okay?
Okay.
There's gooseberry pie,
Gooseberry pie.
which has plums and a grass that's specific to Cinder Island for seasoning.
Beautiful, seasonal, love it.
All right, there's shard tarts.
Shard tart.
Shard tarts.
Hearts.
Shard tarts.
Shard tart.
And
Like shard tart?
and they are made of like a chocolate pudding
Ooh.
that has like yes,
Doing this on purpose.
that has different mixed berries from the island inside.
Oh.
So they're really shard darts, and not shard tarts. Not shard tarts.
They're shard
No,
tarts.
that's what you
It's-
get after you eat one.
All right, screw you guys. The third one is coconut cake.
A
Boo.
classic.
Uh-huh.
One classic.
Want to go pick to
Nice.
shard tarts?
Can we get a savory option, like a pretzel?
They're baking.
That's
With
that's,
butter.
That's a shard tart. It's a
Fake
shard tart.
pretzels? You don't
Yeah, a
cook
petit
pretzels.
It's warm. It's hot a little. It's got a little salty taste
Peer
to
pressure for pretzels.
Peer pressure. I feel like pretzels are baked good.
It's a bread. Bread is a baked good.
It was on Nailed It. It was on Nailed It.
I love that show. Okay, and the fourth thing is parfaits.
Ew.
Why? That's not even a baked good.
It actually, it wasn't, like, because you had 50, it was just one guy who made the parfaits. And somehow it's still more than individually the other things.
It's just butter. It's literally just the butter.
It's like buttered milk vanilla.
He's like,
It's
hell
really
yeah.
Sweet buttercream. Sweet
And then,
This is a,
and then
this is a great cross of Dragontooth.
He's like, which one of these this milk come from? Pointing to the Shardminds. Which one of y'all this milk come from?
You don't make milk from butter. You make butter from milk.
How do you?
I don't know.
And Livia's like just in her head the whole time. How do you milk a Shardmine?
oh my god, alright. Alright, your
Very
food has been
carefully.
made. Your food has been made. That happened. B, what would you like to do?
He is taking a fucking nap after all that traveling. He is not doing shit. I better leave B the hell alone.
Okay.
Morton
Far out,
Zhao is looking
far out.
for. Morton Zhao is looking for Rakshida, if she's around. She's like a
Yes.
person who knows things. Just to
She has
get,
come back.
just to get intel from her because she was gone for a long time and he's gonna know. He knows Penny's gonna want information,
Yeah.
and so you just kind of see where she's.
Rakshida
been,
will tell Morton's out everything. Rakshida's gonna rest in the ship with the cargo router that's like down to like 5 barrels now because so much of the
What's
router's
that
been.
bitch saying?
And we'll
Yeah, I was like, how much is everything? Like,
Is this including B's body butter? I just need to know.
more importantly, like is she
Beas
coming
body
with
butter's
braces
in the
that we
kitchen.
watched?
Okay, so Rakshida will tell you she left to go towards Mill West Center. She made friends with a Thesian guild, and they heard about her story because someone recognized her from some event. Anyways, got tangled up with the Thesian guild, and they made her this offer and explained the Shadow Organization in the Mill West Center. And she said, "Okay, yes, I'll talk with them if I can teleport out of here." And she went and met with them, met with B. They're now, there's a bracelet in her arm somewhere, and that she's being watched by them. So, and she knows that Summit has been destroyed, so maybe going there would not be the best option. And she believes that whatever the Shadow Organization is, whether they're good or bad, I mean, they've obviously ran a great economy for a lot of years. They are very powerful and have a lot of assets, and they're watching her. So she, in this moment, is for you guys and for the Shadow Organization of the Mill West Center. That's enough.
Because she's always been against Cthulhu, so that adds up.
Right.
Remember like a little. See if Morton's out holds space. Yeah, he just like trying to like not like let anything. When she tells him he's being watched, he's like, oh, trying to like be icy, be cold, which he does. So he's like just trying to hold that together. And he's like, okay, and instead he's like, fuck.
And very importantly, Rakshida will say they know everyone that survived Dragontooth is alive, and list everybody, including Kincaid, but not show a difference like Kincaid's actually around. You know, like a silent wink, wink. Like, and they know about, you know, you and Cleonel and Kincaid are here.
Fuck.
So Kincaid's on the island.
Yes. Oh, and also, B is back, and her and Russ also have bracelets. So, anything you'd like to say to the Shadow Organization, you can say to us three until you get your bracelets, because they brought you bracelets too. And I believe the Shadow Organization would like for you to join.
He kind of does that thing where he like looks like over her shoulders, and he's like, perhaps I'll take the bracelet later, and just kind of like continues to relay information. He will tell her in sparing detail now that he knows that he let her go first. He's like, oh, we ran into Cat, had some family business, but freed some Shardminds, and Penny should be on her way. Freed a couple Shardminds, and Penny should be on her way back, so we can regroup.
Okay, she tells you she's going to get with her crew to talk about what they want to do now in preparation, and wait for Penny's command.
Perfect. Morningout goes and stands at the door in which Penny will enter, and he's like, he's waiting at the door like a front man, just like, ooh, I got some tea, and I can't tell nobody. So he's having that energy. But he sends the pirates to continue doing their training. He's like, yeah.
Okay, about that time, Penny, Bognak, Will, Boyle, Shardminds with a warehouse that has a bunch of them in it. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think if Mortenzow can catch her at the door, I think ideally they would prop up the two warehouses right outside of Port Royal and put as many Shardminds in there as possible, just to make it look like there's less of us than there are.
Okay.
As we like reapproach in here, and we'll come in, and I'll come in that way.
Vorg is going to suggest for humanity's sake, or for not cruelty, to like allow them to switch out every now and then, because they're packed in there if you reach capacity. Like that's uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. Well, once we get to this place, I kind of just like let them know, like, well, I guess I shouldn't really tell them anything, but she like just like sets those things outside so they can, mill and seed put on the outsides of Port Royal, because
so they probably won't pack into capacity just to be comfortable and just kind of like guard and hang out that entrance, which means there's tons of Shardminds around. So for all intents and purposes, Port Royal fills up like a busy day at Disney World. It's not necessarily shoulder to shoulder, but if you're not looking, in 5 seconds you'll hit someone.
Yeah, 4,000 Shardminds. There's nowhere to hide that. We can only hold 1,000.
Yeah.
So,
but
1,600.
Yeah, we have two, so
the
1,600.
cove is domed over in rock with just the entrance out into the ocean. So unless someone comes in with a boat, they're not going to see any of this.
Yeah. Also, we have the option, and we will mention this, but like they don't have to breathe, and there's all that water and fish like right in the middle. So if they wanted to occupy the underwater space, they're welcome to, like,
tons of them will pour into the water and walk the bottom. Some of the strong fighters will fight back the sharks and clear the cove, and so every part of this cove now.
You just have to ask them to leave. It's so aggressive, but okay.
They're free. Some of them wish to spread their shards.
You can't do that here, actually.
I want to spread the shards of Parfait guy. I'm so mad.
Hey, whatever you're into, man.
But it's all about that shard Dusty.
Before we go in, can I ask?
I hate you.
That's what the butter's for. So anyway, I ask one of them if I ask any of the wizards if they've seen wanted posters of nuts.
No.
So none of them have heard any of the news about the guy that killed.
The consensus that they've heard of a poor person on the streets of Wemding City, which is supposed to be the happiest place in the world, killed Bookie Tittle Cliglip Slivel Timbers Tempia while she was at her Wemding City home. That's all I know.
Can I ask one of them to try and scry on him and see? I'll do my best to describe him as best I can, or at least from last I remember him. Mm-hmm. And that it's secondhand, so he would get a +5 to whatever he rolls to save for being scryed on. But I'm just like, I just kind of I want to make sure he's all right, or I kind of want to know where he is. If you guys wouldn't mind.
I will roll his save. What does he need to beat?
What does a level 10 wizard scry look like?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
right.
know.
That's right. And it's a +5 because it's second hand.
It's a 28.
You see the Shardmind, sure, just kind of lean back. Just look like, it's weird. He's walking in the streets of the Millwest Center, but he doesn't look like him. He looks like an older man with a large beard. He's probably got a disguise on, maybe? It's not from what I've heard he looks like. What is it? What are you trying to say?
Oh, what color is the beard? Where
it's a big white beard. He looks like it's right beside Marvin's Boating, which is a small shop, but he's walking past it. So he's probably walking towards the north side. He's got a big bag. It's moving. Something in the bag is moving, but seems like he's used to it. He's not paying any attention to it. And he looks pissed.
Oh my god! I did not expect this. Oh geez, I gotta stay with the party for now. But if we can get him, that'd be great. If you don't mind, maybe keep an eye on him later. I really appreciate this so much. And insert this wizard's name here. We'll get to know them later, I guess.
His name is Fizzorg.
Fizzorg.
Ooh.
Fizzorg is a wizard.
Fizzorg the Scryer.
Fizzorg the Scrying, yep. Thank you so much, Fizzorg. I really appreciate it, man. That's big news. However long you can keep an eye on him if you see the bag.
He'll basically tell you he'll do scrying as many times as he can do, kind of space him out to get a bigger picture, but just basically spy on him, and then he'll regenerate his magic as rest.
No, I appreciate it so much, and I'm glad you're on our side.
And just for notes, is that the guy who is like the highest wizard, or he's just the guy who has scrying?
He's just a scrying guy.
Okay.
Fizzorg the wizard scryer Shardmind.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone's back together.
Yeah, and we come back in with I guess all the commoners come inside, and I was looking at my thing. The army's the ones who are staying outside in the hut, so we have all the commoners inside. It looks like Disneyland. But we come in, and I go to the ship, and I'm starting to assemble all the power players who are there. Rakshita, B, all the NPCs, all the main people, and we're gonna meet on the ship.
Okay.
And just have a power. I guess we have the captain's quarters. Like we can go to the captain's quarters, and have a little figure out what the fuck's going on, little chat.
All right, so it will literally be Penny, Bognak, Livia, B, Russ, Will Hamming, Mortenzal, Cleonile, Zergay will go in the room as well. Vorg will go in the room as well. And I believe it's just those 10. Oh, and Boyle. And Rakshita.
Yeah.
So,
and we notably will be communicating telepathically, so it's a lot of us standing around. And Penny will start, and Penny is aware she's being listened to, so she's trying to, I'm sure there's a role involved, but she's communicating most of her information telepathically, but then she's saying, very general statements out loud that they can, yes or no to, that may or may not have anything to do with what she's saying. So I guess it's like a performance check. She's, trying to,
Yeah, go ahead, performance.
So that she's, trying to, lie.
Yeah.
Ooh, bitch! That is a 27.
Okay, yeah, so just say what...
good.
So we can all speak in the mind, and Penny's lying with her real words, so mind stuff. But I think we're just going to hang out on the beach for 8 days. Mind. Definitely feel very weak, like I'm going to die any second, but, whatever.
That energy, yeah. And she just will kind of communicate, try to communicate freely with Rakshita and V about what they know about the Shadow Organization, and just, share information. I don't think I have anything big on my side besides I got a bunch of Shardminds. So she shares that. She's like, we have a lot of Shardminds. And she lets them know that there are 3,000 inside. They're all commoners. They have basic need. They're basic stuff. We got 2 portable huts outside that hold all the military people. They hold 800 each, which is, that's more than they have more extra room, but they're staying outside to elude that we don't have any powerful players. And we have a bunch of just weak Shardminds, and that. But she's interested in knowing about the Shadow Organization or anything that they know, or like what they think we can give them. Like try to figure out some sort of plan to like when they do come for us.
Okay.
What she expects is
Rakshida. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, B.
I was gonna say B will actually tell Penny like word for word every single thing that B remembers happening. Because now she's taking a nap, the rooter butter's worn off, so she'll try to give Penny her best account, which is B. So come on
Roll
now,
a history
but like
check.
everything that she could absolutely remember.
Yeah, roll a history check because you were high off rooter butter.
I roll it with advantage because Russ is with me to fill in the blanks.
Yes.
I almost said something dirty and I didn't, so I'm happy.
Therefore, now we know what it was.
17.
All right, yeah, you remember it all pretty accurately.
Okay.
Is there anything that like maybe Penny is missing or Michael the player is missing that we think that we can do to like actually give them information? Because I feel like she's in a place where she's like they want something that we don't have, like because she doesn't know how to like beat Cthulhu up or fight Vital. Like she wants to do those things. She's like, absolutely, I want to kick their fucking asses. How do I get that done? Is a different thing. So she's just like trying to pool all of our sources. We have all these wizards and whatnot. So she's like, okay, what do we know? Like, do we have any?
B hasn't done this yet, so she will pull out the box out of her hair again and open the lid and put it down in the middle of the circle of like everybody. Even though they can't hear us, they can probably see her doing that.
They can.
As they're watching.
Yeah, and Penny out loud will say, see, Bognak, it's not personal. I just really don't do any kind of jewelry or like modification. So like it wasn't a you thing that time. It's just a general statement I have, but
Inside check. Just kidding.
Yeah, and Livia just reinforces the fact that once this bracelet comes on, it's not coming off. It's literally going to embed in you. That's why we don't see them wearing one. It's a part of them at this point.
Yeah.
He's gonna communicate back through everybody and say, and mention about how if she doesn't get back, that they're gonna come after her, and now that they've watched her come all this way, they know how to get to Port Royal. So B's gonna say that if we're not like gonna go through with this plan, I have an idea of how to get this off of me. But we're gonna have to leave immediately if that happens.
Penny's not against working with Port Royal. Penny's not against with the Shadow Council. She just, for one, she's not gonna like work for them. She's gonna work with them. But the energy they're giving is very much like you're gonna work under us. So she's down but she knows that they're gonna come for us. So she's down to go back with you if that is the best for to liaison. But she has no interest in like rolling over and taking it. So very much like if she goes with you and does not return, hell will rain down on top of Mill West, and they'll have to worry about Cthulhu and also all these angry people who they just murdered their leader, who got nothing else to live for. And ideally, like if we can broker out some sort of actual amicable trade or agreement, then super down. That's not what they're offering, so I think that's the problem she's at. She's like, do we have any bartering power outside of the concept that we can beat Cthulhu? We do have this monster. I will mention that begrudgingly, as she always does. We do have a lot more Shardminds now, and I did mention to them there's a chance that we could go to the secret lake point or the secret water spot and form that monster thing. But that's not what she wants to do first off. If any other big things out there,
what if we just go as a group, all of us? I can take you back there. I remember. Fuck the bracelets for now. Bring them with us. Maybe try to talk to them. I know he'll do a better fucking job than me, that's for sure.
I'm down to speak on behalf of us. I'm against all of us going only because I know it's a heavily fortified base and I don't want us to be sitting ducks. But I'm down to put myself wherever else would like to go on the line. I'm just not trying to waste all these Shardminds who I know they are going to want to take back because, it's against our whole economy. And she also mentions that the big point is she's freed all these Shardminds which goes directly against what Mill West wants, and is going to put them in conflict. Conflict because she's not re-enslaving them at any point.
I just gotta say, I mean, fuck their economy. Or like, the world's gonna die if we don't do this. Like, freeing the Shardminds is a small price to pay for your civilization not crumbling under the foot of Cthulhu. So, my main concern is, while Cthulhu's here, we have a common enemy. Once Cthulhu's gone, we don't. And they can take us out right after.
They can,
so we need some sort of insurance
they
policy.
can try. But definitely, if we can use them to get Cthulhu out of the way, I'm down to hold my cards back so that we can do this together and then go to war with them after, because they're easier to fight than a giant monster that destroys buildings, or mountains rather. So I'm down to lay with the enemy for a little bit, but I have no intentions, and that's something that she wants to really instill with the Shardminds or Vorg who's there. Like, if she does agree with this plan, she is not like enslaving Shardminds at any point. No matter what she says or does going forward, like, that's not going to happen. And she's just worried about losing that alliance to these 5,000 Shardminds who are like, yeah, we love you. And she's like, all right, going back to the people who hate you. But as long as we're on the same page, then she's down.
I want some sort of... I just want some sort of security, I'll say. Like, if they're going to be watching us at all times and know us when we're at our weakest, the same, if we're partners in this, if we're true partners, the same courtesy should be extended to us, right?
I can just cut my arm off right now. I know how to get the bracelet off.
I was eventually going to suggest we just cut her arm off to get it off, but...
Listen, I have a plan. So I'll wild shape into a lizard. Somebody will slice it off for me. I'll just regrow my arm back, and then boom, back to me again. No arm, no bracelet.
That is literally the smartest plan I've ever heard. I don't know, but Penny's like, well, bitch, okay, that's a whole ass
I told
thing.
you I knew how to take it off, but if I take this shit off, they're gonna come immediately.
Right. I think that it's best for us to work with him now, and then maybe burn that bridge after Cthulhu's dead, or if we see that there's no way for us to go forward, because we are sharing an island that is under threat of Cthulhu. So let's put our big girl panties on and not shit the bed.
Push Livia's like in the background. I can just cut it off anyways.
Yeah. And Livia's in the background, like, packing up all the baked goods, being like, yes, and I need people to try this. So they're all going to try this and tell us how good it is.
Are you? That's a classic Bognak move. Take a little cookies to the first meeting. I like it. I like the business.
Generosity, right, my friend? You're going to love a little bit of kindness.
If you're
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If you're looking for store shelves, I am planning on opening up a store once we're done here. Bognak's Knickknacks 2.0. Get that going.
If that's not in the finale,
Beas body butter.
Beas body butter. Probably.
We're rolling with that.
Okay, if these are not the finale conclusion storylines, I'm rioting.
10 years later, Bognak opens Knickknacks 3.0.
It's like a Walmart now.
Bognak Knickknacks.
Silvernail's equivalent of a Walmart.
Help us.
The lone decoration is the skull of Parfait, Chris Shardmind. He says no Parfait.
Alright, Zerge will say that he can help Vorg organize the placements of the different groups. So all you got to do is tell Vorg and Zerge how to shift your units, and he will give you the best optimal paths for your units in combat and stuff.
Ooh, sounds good. Father Gressive redeemed a sperm appears in the game.
Father Gressive? Yes! That's Beas' father?
Yeah.
He's alive?
But yeah,
that's fucking gold silver fox. Just so you know.
We appreciate the storm and the name change. We love canonic.
Okay, so he added a storm, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty bad, as you guys are talking about in the captain's quarter. You will feel it move a little bit because the storm is full-on hurricane is coming up way off in the distance, and the water is moving a little more. So over the course of these next few hours, a hurricane will move into Cinder.
Gotta get those ones out of the water.
Well, they're strong down there.
They're holding on to seaweed.
Hurricane?
They're just everyone just huddled in a circle. Yeah, so Penny is down to go. I mean, I think she thinks it's best if she goes by herself because she doesn't want as many of us to go as possible because that's just like not gonna, in theory, help. But she's not gonna tell people not to go. But she thinks she should go because she's a good talker and she has the power.
Going.
Yeah, B can come. Me and the bracelet havers are definitely can come.
I have business.
I'm gonna tag along just in case shit goes AWOL. I would like to be there for that, and I'm also bringing baked goods as a partnering gift.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll leave Cleonile and Mortonzau back to hang with and deal with pirate training and all that good stuff.
Cool.
But I think the core squad is going on a trip and some NPCs. Because Rakshida's coming with us. Is Will coming? He's a ghost. I don't know what he does.
Will follows Bognak.
Yeah. So Will,
Always.
Rakshida, and Russ are coming.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we and that's head back to Midwest. And I'm also not putting a not putting a bracelet on. Like that's not my.
Close that box up and stuff it back in my hair.
Yeah, we can
No
carry
more
like
bracelets.
bracelets. Yeah.
Say, Bognak's gonna talk to the commoner Shardminds. He's gonna like, which one of you guys is good at piloting ships? Checking the records.
Oh, well, Will tells you
Yeah,
he can
he's
stay to move the ship if he wants. He doesn't have to go.
I'd like you to come, buddy. Yeah, it's nice.
Ooh.
Livia writes that.
Write that down. Write that down.
I'd love for you to come, Will. Come anytime you want to.
Love a voyage.
Gotta embellish it a little bit for the story. But...
Will tells you he will come with you anywhere. Fuck that.
and
Commissioning
everywhere.
Bog and Will fan art. Bog X Will.
Just a boy and a ghost.
Poor Bognak.
It's just
Casper?
All right, Will will go with you, and Vorg will find someone to keep the ship epee and steady. They'll tie it down and stuff.
Cool.
Okay, on our way back to Midwest, the 2-hour walk. The storm will get. By the time you get to Midwest, it is pouring rain and it's very dark. It's still a few hours before sunset, but it is nighttime essentially in this heavy storm. So everywhere you go outside will be difficult terrain, and your vision will be like a dark vision length, which I think is 30 feet, 50 feet.
30 times.
60.
All right, whatever it is, we're gonna say straight 30. So anything past 30, the rain is too heavy. You're not gonna be able to see. Okay, so you get to the gate, and there are guards kind of in their guard post. They kind of come out with these big ponchos on that are, again, asking for name, stuff like that, until they see B, and then they're just going to write down how many people are with B and move.
Thank you. I just march in.
Yeah, I would love to. Like,
What did you do to these people?
I pillaged the town.
Oh, this is the town you pillaged.
Yeah, like I stole everything. Like I had people fighting to the death over who was gonna sell me stuff for more. Can you believe
Oh,
that?
damn. Fuck these people.
It's like the old days, man. Just like the old days. I hadn't had that much fun in a while.
Penny, I think it's too late for the economy. I think it's done. I think we're in trouble. no Shardminds. No Shardminds are gonna fix this. We're in trouble.
B will destroy an economy for sure. As on our walk here, I would love to have like. I feel like they can like they hear us, or like that's not the impression that Penny's under. So I want to have announced like our presence, like that the Shadow Council knows we're coming, so that we can skip some like, hey, we're trying to come do this shit, and it's raining.
As you're
like,
walking through the city, no one's really outside. Everyone's inside, obviously. It's pouring down rain. You can see barely in front of you, but you can make out the vague shadow of the large school in the middle of the city that you're kind of walking towards. And you're surrounded by these vague, dark figures coming from the rain. And as they get closer, they pull back, and you can see it's those same wizard guards that say the Shadow Council would like to see B, Russ, and Rakshida.
Just the three of them? You're not taking all of us?
No, you'll be seeing all of us.
We have direct orders from the Shadow Council to take you three. The three who put
You
on
have
the
direct
bracelets.
orders to suck these nuts, is what you have. We're coming.
I understand you are upset, but these are the rules. If you would like to speak to the Shadow Council.
Okay, then I would not. He's gonna turn around and just start marching the other way, literally like this.
They walk back into the rainy shadows and disappear.
That's just an option. You could just tell them no.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I'd known that a long time ago. So, which way is the north side of the city? too.
So you enter from the east. So
from
to
the
your
east.
right would be the north.
I mean, if the Shadow Council's not coming, if we're not going to talk to him, I don't know if you have a plan, Penny. There's someone I want to see.
No, you're welcome to go do your thing. I'll figure it out myself. I'll be alright, and I'll let you know if I need anything. So you're
Okay.
welcome to go speak to your friends. It sounds like.
Would you like
but-
me to go,
Yeah.
Bognak?
Yes, please. Well, I'd like the emotional support. It's going to be a tough conversation. So, yeah.
Okay.
Penny looks at Livia, looks at B, looks at Bognak and Will walking away.
I don't get it.
It's more like.
However, this will be my last stream. I really.
They've been working on it.
All right, Bognak and Will going through the rain. Will's luminous body gives slight more light, so now it's like 35 feet.
A luminous body.
Oh my god. You guys are walking on. The city is kind of across with the big school in the middle, so as you turn to the right when you get close to the school, it kind of goes down that familiar road. As you walk by, all the shops are closed, all the windows are closed, everyone's inside trying to bear down for the storm.
And I imagine I'm walking through, I got like my shield overhead, and I've still got like that potato sack cloak I've made.
Which
So
is
just kinda walk through.
everything is soaking wet except like your eyes up
That's all good.
because the
It's all
shield.
good. Yeah.
Because the rain's doing like that, like heavy
Oh
winds.
god.
It's so wet out here.
I actually only have a buckler too, so it's a very small shield. No, yeah, I'm gonna head towards where I last saw Nugs was heading, and look for an old man with a white beard carrying a sack, if I can, or maybe somewhere that maybe looks a little shadier that he might be able to find refuge.
All right, it's a big city, so it's going to take you about like a half hour to locate that exact building you were looking for. But after some time, you find it. I mean, there are a lot of buildings here, so you find it, but it is closed and no one's standing around it.
I politely knock.
The little piece of wood slides on the door, and you see what looks to be like tabaxi eyes of bright yellow. I'm sorry, we're closed today.
Question. Sorry, I'm just looking for a certain customer. You might know him. Old guy, beard, carries a sack. I know it sounds like Santa Claus. That's not who I'm talking.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen that?
Inside check.
Yeah, I was gonna say inside check.
Sure, roll an insight check.
All or like
For the
recently.
just eyes that you have no idea who they belong to.
Yeah, of course. That's,
I through the windows of the soul.
Preach.
And that's a 6.
Oh, fuck.
You don't know this guy from Adam, bro.
Yeah.
Hot dog next soul.
Well, look, I still see you're a boathouse. I have some business. I also have some boats I need worked on. I don't know if you have any boats to sell. I have coin.
I'm sorry, we're bearing down the storm. We're closed right now. Go home. Make yourself safe, sir.
Home, can I please come in?
Roll a persuasion check.
Traveler.
Persuasion check.
Traveler.
I live on a
But
boat.
disadvantage because there is a ghost behind you.
He doesn't have a home either. That's a 17.
Uh,
Gang, gang, bitch.
and
Let him in. Come on.
slides
Come
the thing
on.
shut. And he looks. Come in, weary traveler. Oh my god.
Thanks.
He just stares at Will as Will floats in. He's. Are you a ghost? Oh, I'm talking to myself. Are you a ghost? Yes. How is this possible? Through love and friendship. Wow, that's incredible. Do you sit? Oh no. Would you like to try it? I don't have any feeling in my buttocks. Wow, that's fascinating.
Write that down, Will. Bognak, that's next.
But you placed your hand on the table. Oh, my hands and my shoulders. Your hands and your shoulders. It's fascinating. I'm sorry. Are you hungry? Please tell me your story.
Sit silently. He's gonna let Will talk to this guy for hours.
Please don't.
Please don't. Monologue for us.
I'm dialoguing.
So, no, yeah, well, I could use a bite. I don't know. Well, you could try and eat. See what happens.
It falls right through me, Bognak.
Yeah, I was.
Y'all have been working on the swallowing, though, right?
They do not hear that question. They do not hear that question.
Bognak launches himself into the ocean. He just sprints far
No,
away.
he doesn't. He doesn't. You don't hear that. The Tabaxi, who's kind of weary looking, he's definitely got on pajamas that are kind of ripped a little bit. He puts down some pot of something steaming, looks like some sort of soup, maybe some like black bean soup or something. And he puts down one for you, and he's holding the other. I'm sorry. Do you eat? No, it goes right through me. Okay, well, I don't want to be polite, so I'll eat a little bit, and if I don't know if you desire the need to eat, there is more. Who's down there? Don't worry about it, honey. Just some travelers who are lost. Be safe! I will be safe, don't worry. Who is that? Oh, that's my wife. Who is that? Oh, she sounds lovely. Thank you, she is lovely. Well, I'm going to bed. Okay, good night, honey. Good night.
So anyway, appreciate the food. I guess I'll talk to this guy about official boat business. This is not where I think I would be going.
Okay, so he asks you what you need a boat for. How big of a boat do you need?
Big boat, like several hundred.
A ship?
What's the biggest? Yeah, ship.
He doesn't sell ships. He sells boats, but he knows someone down at Buccaneers Cove that has some connections. Then we can get a ship within a week. It's very pricey. I mean, no offense, but for someone who has no place to live and is begging for food, you probably don't have the money. But I have smaller boats that can fit 2 people. That should be perfect for you and your ghost. Fascinating. Thank you. No, thank you.
For a small boat?
What?
How much for a small boat? Out of curiosity.
Maybe bust out my... I'm gonna augment it.
Bust out the boat.
What's out the boat list?
Alright, where is it? Alright, I'm gonna get you transportation prices, if that's really what we're doing right now, and I love it.
And why, as part of it, yeah, you could go and pull them up, but I'm also gonna be like, so there was no older gentleman that came by today? No white beard, nobody maybe looking to get off the island?
No, he didn't see anybody, and it would be 20 gold for a small boat.
20 gold, absolutely. I'm gonna buy a small boat.
And he'll even throw in 50 feet of hempen rope for you.
Love that. 20. Yeah, that's a deal.
And okay, so take that out of your inventory. And also, do you need a place to stay tonight? He won't charge you. You can bear out the storm. He would feel guilty if you left.
I guess I'm staying with this kind man.
You might gotta cuddle him, but you ain't gotta pay.
He's got a wife.
What's his name?
It can be cold.
Well, what's the name of the store?
It's the boat store. Marvin. It's Marvin's Boating.
There you go.
So, yeah, Bognak is.
Marvin could be the wife. You never know.
It might be Marvin.
Or the boat.
If you think about it.
Yeah, Marvin the Martian.
This is unhinged, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I appreciate it. I can sleep in the boat. I guess I'll have to get used to it. And just, if you see that guy come by, be on the lookout. Be careful.
Okay, he'll write down the description for sure.
And then I'm going to, while I'm like camped out here, I'm just gonna leave my clairvoyance up outside, trying to see if I can see him passing by the storefront again.
Okay.
And yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to. I'm just gonna be
all right.
Nugs watching, eating some gruel, talking to Marvin in Marvin's room.
What is everyone else doing? Everyone else, yeah. What are you guys doing for the rest of the night? Because Bognak just disappeared for the night.
Yeah, he was like, short thing, does not return. I guess.
Right?
Livia, do you want to do anything else? I spoke first, and this all stemmed from that. So, Livia, do you have anything Livia you want to do?
That just sent me for a second. I need a second to recover. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm just protecting my baked goods out here in this hurricane. Is what's happening currently.
Oh my god.
I'm like, don't get rained on. They gotta try them. They gotta try them.
What are they in? Are you just holding baked goods? Because they're soaking wet if you are. They're drenched. The parfaits are 50% liquid.
I put them in a box.
Alright, like
before we left.
a box. Cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We do have those boxes of holding too.
Oh, I have a bag of holding. I'm gonna put it in there.
Yeah.
I'm not taking them a lot of baked goods.
You don't want to
They
throw
just need,
baked
like,
goods just
few.
in a bag.
Yeah,
Sometimes
they
you
need to
do
be
bag of
carried.
donuts.
What was the hardest decision of Dragontooth? How to carry baked goods in episode 40? Sorry, what'd you say, Ben?
I was just saying, especially the ones that look like turds, I'd imagine are great, soaking wet.
They're shard tarts and they're the best one. Okay, Bognak, try one.
You don't want a liquidy shard tart, though.
I don't want
Also
that. That's what we call.
We've lost control.
Just a little running.
We might need a 10-minute
Okay,
break.
characters. Actually, that's a good point. I'll give you a 10-minute break. You know what? Take an 11 and extra one just for the shard tarts that you're gonna get. All right, we'll see everybody.
Oh my god.
If you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, well, you have to be. Hey, thanks. See you in a bit.
Well, you have to be.
Welcome back, everybody, from the bathroom break. I hope you had a good time. Alright, if you missed it, what just happened is we all coalesced and the whole squad went to Mill West Center and were turned down because they only wanted to see Rakshita and Russ. And Bognak has shacked up at Marvin's boating shop and he's purchased a boat, but he'll get it when the storm's over because the boats are tied up inside. And the storm is dangerous. For example, you hear outside shingles being ripped off houses and light posts falling over.
They already
Oh my
put
God.
town.
And you guys are in it, so the wind has really picked up. This is a bad, bad hurricane storm.
Ooh, it's a town full of wizards.
it's so-
I have to fix a shingle.
It's
Ooh.
so bad. A cart is rolling slowly back past you guys. And it's a cart of dynamite. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a cart. What
a cart full of
What is
puppies.
everyone doing that's not Bognak? Rakshita, you guys. Russ. Russ is like, should we get
Watching
inside?
Livia stressed about her soggy goods.
In a crate which is soaking wet. Water's probably dripping inside a little bit.
He is
It's
gonna
not.
search out like the nearest place that looks like fortified for the weather that's going on.
Mm-hmm. There is a local stable in the city right there where it looks like the animals have been brought in the building, so the stable's empty.
Oh, I'm looking for like an actual building that people are in that's like secure.
Oh, well, all the doors that you
Like-
go to in the city will be locked, so they're all secured.
Yeah, okay, it's a fucking door.
She said, it's the door and some rain. Fuck
Are
it.
you kidding me?
All right, roll your athletics check, then.
I want you to find me like the most fortified like house that looks the best for us to be in right now, or like.
All right.
We don't want like some shack that's gonna blow away in a hurricane.
Okay, was that
It's a 19.
on the athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you find a really big house in this city that looks very nice. You walk up, kick the damn door in, and it breaks off the hinges and flies inside. There is a family that is eating. There are a couple older guys with some spears who kind of stand up in the back who are sitting in a chair. There are candles lit all around. It looks very nice, and there are stairs that go up. This is not a poor person's home. This looks not like super wealthy, but like they've got to have some kind of business here.
Upper middle class.
B walks in and like stomps up to them and goes, "I'm not gonna touch you. We're gonna sit over there. If you touch me, we'll all die."
Intimidation check.
Intimidation.
Livia's doing that in the
Yes, it's-
Advantage.
Hell.
With advantage, bro.
Where's your
Oh my
advantage?
God.
Where's your advantage?
Can you-
Because I pillaged
Right
this
here,
whole fucking
Livia.
town.
I'm like in the background, like what? Fuck with her.
Okay,
What?
you went to shops. You did not go to people's homes.
Okay, fine. Oh, that's a dirty 20. So.
Livia here's trying to warm her goods. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah. My good
they
warm.
look fucking terrified, and the father motions for the guys with the spears to sit back down as they watch you walk over to an empty chair.
The rest of us walk in. I guess. Like, are we?
Whoa!
Like, be
Just
like,
finding us a safe place, guys.
Yeah, the rest
Like,
of us definitely walk in.
The mother
I feel
grabs
like
the
keeping
four
like-
children and quickly gets them upstairs, and the father kind of just like stands back, like, "Oh my god, oh my god." He's just kind of standing back and with the two guys with the spears as is talking to them, and he looks terrified.
Penny looks at the two guys with the spears and goes, can you help me with this? And points at the door that's on the ground. And as she's like going to like lift it up, and she's like asking him to help her with very casual, like super casual. Can you help me with this real quick? As she's like reaching down to pick up the door.
The father immediately is going to say, "Who are you? What do you want from us?"
Oh, we were chilling.
We're supposed to be having a meeting with the Millwest Shadow something. They invited us here, but then told us we couldn't come inside, so we're trying to wait the storm out. It's kind of really awkward, but we don't like being wet. But it is raining, so I just want to fix this real quick, if that's all right with you. Sorry for my friend; she's like that all the time. But this door. One of you spear guys want to help me? No?
The father tells them that it's okay. Help them. He's going to go check on his family. He's going to go upstairs, and those two guys with the spears walking over, and they look they look pretty scared. They're not close to your level in guards. They're not wizards. They're putting up the door.
She's really like super calm, just like smiling. And as they put it up, she starts to trace her finger along the edges, and she starts to cast mending, and vines and roots grow and start to fix the door. And she just casts mending and puts it back on its hinges as they hold it there. She's like, all right, well, thank you. We'll be over here.
One of the guards
He's
says,
gonna go
"Please,
up
they're
to
a
the-
good
oh, shit.
family. Don't hurt them."
We want no harm. We just need to get into Millwest, and apparently the storm is very dangerous, and we just had to get out of it. So
Boom! You hear knocking outside from how dangerous it is. So
See? I
dangerous.
told you.
Sounds dangerous.
So
We
thank
gotta
you.
stay inside.
Thank God we all have shelter.
All right, what did you say, B?
Said B wants to walk up to the table where they were eating. What's on the table?
Are they done? Okay, great.
It looks like they were eating some like brown soup with big herbs on top and like a smoked salmon inside.
So it's like in a big like pot or bowl.
No, they have like saucer plates that are about that big, and the salmon's in it, and it's like half covered with the liquid that's in the rest of the plate.
Oh, okay. She's gonna like dip her face down into one of them, and she's gonna try it. And she remembers eating fish from back when she was stuck on the island by herself.
This is
It's,
definitely cooked fish, and it's very well seasoned soup around
Yep.
it. It's, I don't know. To a normal person, it would be delicious, but you're B, so you interpret that deliciousness.
But B remembers back to her time when she was with the shark folk, and they like
And all they had
fed
was
her.
fish.
Yeah, and they fed her all that fish, and it was reminiscent of that time for her. So it reminded her of that, and it was nostalgic. But then she also remembers how she got super fucking sick after. So like she kind of only eats half of it, and then like gets back up and walks. A 5 out of 10 for B.
Okay.
I'm like, as like Bee's like shoving her face down in a plate, I'm like walking behind her into the kitchen area with my crate of baked goods to open it up and make sure my baked goods are okay.
Okay. A couple of the shard tarts got wet. They're kind of soggy.
I need something to soak up the water off my shard tart.
I have no fire
Somebody
mat.
bring me something now.
You have fire mat. Can you just heat it up with your little...
Oh,
That
you're
would
right.
overbake it. That would overbake it.
Like, scorches everything.
All right. Roll a dexterity check. Just roll a dexterity check. This is what's important
A
right
dexterity
now.
check?
Yeah, just straight dexterity.
Okay.
No, I'll give you sleight of
You're
hand.
right. This is what's important. Sleight of hand, even better, bitch.
Is it with disadvantage because the storm outside's so scary?
30%.
The storm's shaking the building, shiver me timbers.
Hey, it's terrifying. Don't
This is a
joke.
secure building. This is a secure
This is
building.
she specifically asked for a secure building, and you're lucky because if she didn't, whew, you'd all be dead right now. Hurricane. So yes, dirty 20 means your shard tarts are perfectly shardy.
Perfect. They're back.
B's gonna go over to the two like shard tarts that Livia just like fixed and hold her hands out like this.
Oh, you want a shard tart? I'll give you a little nibble. And I like pinch a little side off of it and like I'm like open up and like hover it over B.
B's
like,
gonna
wait
try
for her
to
to
grasp at the hand that the whole one is in.
I'm like, oh, and then I drop it eventually.
What's your passive perception, Livia?
You have the
16.
good one, do you?
Okay, you see the doorway. Russ is just like half at the doorway.
Oh shit.
As I'm like doing that with this hand, I just like go like this with my other and flip Russ off.
And he is just going to walk in and take one of the shard tarts and take a huge bite in front of you.
Spit it out!
And he's going to swallow it. And he's going to say,
It's a really good shard tart.
He's gonna swipe one from the box while they're distracted.
Yeah, actually, I think I could use
another. He's going to cram it in his mouth and he's going to grab another one and another one and another. He's just going to cram 4 shard tarts in his mouth.
Charge him for that.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Livia.
I charge at him and I cast Sword Burst around myself as soon as I get it Russ Quinn.
Sword burst?
He said, I'm attacking.
Yeah!
Wait, describe sword burst because it might hit B as well. They're right. You're all right beside each other.
Yeah, so essentially if you're within 5 feet of me, I just run up on you screaming my head off to get away from this shit. And these blades just start summoning up around me, like in a cylindrical form. Just darting through the air.
And
Blades floating.
He's not even eating the good desserts. There's a pie. And he's eating the third ones.
So just for context of where you are in this location, you and B were at this like countertop or table where she put it down to eat these, and he walked over and is grabbing a bunch to put in his mouth as well. So you're all within 5 feet. You're at him. You're at his face. So if you're running at him, you're running at him, and B's literally right here.
Well, the difference is I'll heal B afterward.
So all right,
if it even hits me, I'm a tank now.
do they have to roll a saving throw or is it an attack?
It's a dexterity.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Sorry.
Of a 15.
Ooh.
At a 16.
There we go,
21.
B. Whatever, Russ. I knocked them both out of the way of my treats, though.
Roll
He's
initiative.
gonna take. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I love when I'm like, hey guards, things will be fine, and then my party starts to beat the shit out of each other behind me, and I'm like,
I got a 22 for initiative.
You son of a bitch.
Just talking to the guards.
All right.
Are you from the West?
so tell me about this. Is this better often?
He
like
got a
this?
5. You're
That's
first.
like what Penny's doing. Penny's doing damage control.
Yes.
She said they're a nice family.
I just love the way this door is on this hinge.
Don't turn around.
Whatever you do. Okay, you go first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up one of the tarts in my hand, and I'm gonna stare at it, and then I'm gonna look at Russ Quinn as I'm standing right in front of him, and I'm gonna cast Catapult and throw that tart right in his fucking face.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh, I knew this.
All right, roll that attack.
That's another save.
Oh, what save is it?
It's another dexterity save.
All right, he's
Who
going to
needs drama when we
stare
have this
that
kind of party?
that shard tart flying at him. That's a nat 20. So
well, he makes that.
he doesn't even have to
You're
move
fine.
because your throw was terrible. He doesn't even move. It just hits the wall. Soggy shard tart down the wall behind him.
Father Gressive redeemed a random problem.
What's a random problem?
We literally
Okay.
one.
All right.
A Bognak up.
This fight is interrupted. The door being put back on its hinges is being interrupted because what happened is the father, when he went upstairs, he lied. He didn't go check on the family. He crawled down the back and alerted guards. And at the door is going to appear 8 of the wizards.
I want a con saving throw for that father in this dangerous storm that's ripping shingles and moving carts.
Yeah, literally.
Jump
Yes.
out window, that
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
No, you pull now.
He ran out in the storm. He was so scared. Also, he left his family, so it was questionable.
Said, "Fucking kids."
All right, yeah. So the door that is beautiful. There's gonna be a knock at it. This is happening as the fight is starting in the kitchen. So one of the guards is just going to look through the peephole and open the door, and that's how you see the wizards there. One of the wizards steps in. B. Everyone roll
Also,
initiative.
they all see this happening. They're watching B like beat the shit out of this dude because they got these cameras on them. So they think it was a mistake.
Roll initiative.
I'm already in initiative.
Everybody.
Yeah. So
You got a 22.
Russ, I guess Russ and B and Livia don't need to. I mean, you can hear them
They're
coming
already in
in,
initiative.
but they're already in a fight. All right, so I got 8 wizards to roll for. This might bleed into next episode.
Oh, we are being attacked. Okay, I was like,
Yes.
who's looking at this?
Meanwhile, I'm doing a cozy core episode. I'm helping this guy fix his cabin.
Yes. That's
The amount of fights I've dodged as a fighter in this campaign.
If only Bognak problem had been like, it's like that house Bognak went to, drama. And it was like, that family. But no, it is us. Bognak wished this on us. It's
Byron
gets back.
He brought the storm. I've already felt the sting of Byron's blade many times.
We got 20 more episodes.
cool.
Bognak never leaves Penny's side again, so any problem that happens to Penny.
I'm kinky, I'll take it. I was like, hey baby, do it.
All right, Penny, what is your armor, or what's your initiative?
That's 6.
6 for Penny. All right, Bognak.
Not being compatible.
Or you're not there.
The door, like,
It's
open,
all right. So give me Cleonile and Russ, or not Russ, Cleonile and Mortenzel, and I'll roll Rakshida.
They're not here.
They're
Not
not.
here. It's only the 3 of us.
Yeah, the only NPCs are here
Oh,
are
and-
Rakshida and Russ and Will. Well,
All right, so it's just Rakshida with you. Okay, cool.
yeah.
She got a 14. Wow.
The bright side of going last is they got to throw punches first. So I'm like, hey.
So it is Wizard, Rakshida, Wizard, Penny, Wizard. That will be the order. Sorry, I don't have a map of this. This will be of the mind.
Do they hear the fight happening in the kitchen? Do we hear the fight happening in the kitchen? Like,
Is it open concept?
You heard a couple of bumps of Shard hitting the wall, but you haven't heard anything that you're like, oh, that's a fight. All right.
that sounds normal, actually. For the 3 of them in a room together, that sounds pretty tame. I like it.
I mean, really. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna get this together
There you
now.
go. Hey, it's 8 wizards. You take your time. And 2 guards. What?
Okay. Penny, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
The 14.
Okay, so you are now charmed for up to a minute. If you or creatures that are friendly to you are fighting it, it has advantage on saving throw because they perform dominate person. So you have a telepathic link with them. And you have to obey specific and general course of action, such as attack that creature, run over there, or fetch that object. You can use your action to take total and precise control of the target, so I can use my action to do that to you. Until the end of your next turn, the creature takes only the actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause the creature to use a reaction, but this requires you to use your own reaction as well. Each time the target takes damage, it makes a new wisdom saving throw against a spell. If the saving throw succeeds, the spell ends. So you are now in control. Alright, he is now in control. And it is the one that walked directly in. Alright, the second wizard is going to look at Rakshida, and Rakshida's going to have to make a saving throw. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Oh, that was really good. She passed. The third wizard, I mean, there's 4 of them. The next 2 are also going to try dominate person because it controls the group. Rakshida passed that one. Oh, no. One more. She also passed that one. And it's Rakshida's turn.
Right there.
Rakshida is like, oh, hell no. She just sees Penny just kind of like,
Standing there.
stand there and take like a breath of like a submissiveness she's never seen on Penny. She sees her king falling from her throne, and she's gonna lean up and just kick Penny in the stomach. Penny, you're gonna take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you get to make a wisdom saving throw against the dominate person.
Ooh, that's a nat 1.
Okay, you're still dominated. And then Rakshida will pull out a huge sword and run towards them, but not if she. Yeah, and then she's running towards the wizards. 2 wizards behind are going to step into the doorway. One of them is going to immediately run up the stairs, and the other wizard is going to go into the kitchen.
Ooh.
Penny, it is your
That's
turn.
definitely you don't want to go.
And you don't really do anything on your turn besides sit down in that chair that's on the table. And then the last wizard kind of walks in, and it looks like he's writing something on this like pad that you can't see the front side. It doesn't look like a quill. It just looks like a really shiny metal stick or something. All right, it's the other wizard who's dominated. He's kind of going to walk in and just kind of peruse the area and just kind of walk around Penny and look at Penny. The second wizard is going to... We're going to dominate person with these spell slots. Rakshita needs to roll 3, and the first one she failed. She immediately stiffs up as she's running and just kind of holds her sword at her side and looks at her new ally. Rakshita will turn and sit down at the table, same side as Penny, right beside her. A couple of the wizards will sit and watch them, and the other ones are kind of looking around the room, kind of talking with themselves. That combat is now over for at least a minute as we go back into the room with Russ and Livia. Livia had just thrown a shard tart, hit the wall, splattered down. It's Russ's turn. Russ is going to turn and shoot out some spells. Russ. What a silly person. He is going to... Holy shit. He is going to get so mad. He's just going to look at B. B can see it all over his face. Russ's, like, protective mode has, like, totally kicked in, and he's kind of lost a little bit of his logical librarian mind. And as he stands there, just brings his arms together in a big circle and shoots them out, and this wall of fire appears in the room and shoots out the edges of the kitchen walls, goes straight through the table, in between the wizards and Penny and Rakshita, cutting the wizards off from them, and goes all the way to the doorway, and then the other side goes whatever is on the other side of that wall, and just catches immediately all those walls on fire, and you just see this shadowy, wobbly figure through the fire as he just runs up and jumps through it, and he's going to take damage and land right in front of you and get ready for his next attack. But because it was close enough to you, even though he's taking it too for dramatic effect, dexterity saving throw from you, and he's doesn't need to. He jumps through it.
19.
So you take half damage. So it doesn't.
I take no damage because evasion, and I'm a bad bitch.
Look who's back.
He can put his little tiny.
But you don't take half
flames
anyways.
right the fuck out.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Girl.
All right, it's your turn.
So how is he, like 5 feet in front of me?
Yes.
Perfect. So since we're fucking playing with fire and he wants to try and be a little bad bitch, I'm gonna step back. No, actually, I'm not. I'm just gonna summon
step
my
back.
fucking
Give him his
flame blade. No, I'm
That.
summoning my flame blade bonus action, and then gonna pull out my rapier in the other hand, and I am going after him.
All right, let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
B, what are you doing during this, by the way?
Okay, so
Is the family still upstairs? You said the dad left, but is the family still upstairs?
Well, you don't know where you are, but yes.
Well, he said that I saw stairs, and he said he was taking them upstairs.
Oh, yeah, you saw them go upstairs for sure.
Yeah, I want to go that way. I want to see if I can follow to see if I can find the family upstairs while this is going on.
All right, so you're leaving combat. So you're running out. You see this wall of fire has gone through. You run into this room that you have to go through to get to the stairs, and it's full of these wizards who are staring at this fucking wall. And one of them's gonna look at you. Wisdom saving throw.
I was like, what side of the wall are you on? My side or the dad side?
19.
You are now. You see that person as an ally, and they control you for up to a minute, basically.
Damn.
a 19?
The 19?
Oh, you said. Oh, no. I didn't hear you say 19. My bad.
Yeah.
I heard
like-
you, but I totally thought of like a really low number in my mind. I was like,
Oh
oh,
my God,
11, sure.
Yeah, stats.
No. 19 beats it
I was
by a
like,
bit, actually. Yeah, you're good. Okay, well you feel that was gonna happen to you. Like you feel like that's like coming over you, and you fight it.
You almost feel friendship. You say, "Fuck that shit."
So that was his turn. So before we continue with what's going on, let's take a breath and go see Bognak, who is asleep.
Do I get to roll my damage on
On
Russ?
his long
Yes, go ahead.
I'll probably cast alert vigil on myself so I don't have to sleep. Because I don't need another long rest. I haven't used anything. And I'm just gonna be watching that street. I'm gonna have Will maybe like I won't have him go far, but just kind of like pop out of the house, pop his head down like an alleyway, pop back in. So that's it. Nothing major happening. I'll probably like fix some stuff up for the guy around the house if he needs it. If there's anything he needs done. Just trying to be a good house guest.
Yeah, it's actually
Oh my goodness.
it's really cozy. You know, you went from the streets to a prison school to wooden planks on a ship that's constantly rocking. And this is kind of like the first time you've really felt some coziness in a home, and you feel the love that this family has cultivated into this place. And that urge to like clean up different little things. You notice like small little heirlooms of their families or little things that make you laugh. And this whole place becomes, you know, this moment at least, of value. And you see Will, and he just kind of pats you on the shoulder and tells you, "We're gonna make it, buddy."
That's what it was like for you, Will. You having a family.
Every morning we would get up and have breakfast. It was nice. It was nice.
Let's make some breakfast for him. Let's do something nice for him.
It was too early for breakfast.
He's just being so zealous. He's gonna make the it's gonna be very cold by the time everybody wakes up. He's gonna make something.
They've got lots of good food in their kitchen.
And then once he's done, I think he will snag one little cake and leave some gold, like leave a piece of gold on the table and be like, "Sorry, needed some snacks. Not enough baking where I'm from."
Yeah.
But then he's really gonna turn his focus to the streets. He's gonna have Will watch the back of the house, like just kind of poke his head out and watch the back, and he's gonna watch the front with clairvoyance, just kind of sit by the front door.
Roll
waiting.
me a perception check. Let's see if it beats your passive. What's your passive? 14? 15?
It doesn't. My passive's a 10.
Oh. Ooh.
I think I'll use a luck point. Why not? I'll use a luck point. I'll use one. Yeah. And I'll touch my holy emblem as well, if you'll allow it, to
emblem, girl.
give myself some guidance.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 16 raw plus 18 total.
Okay. Russ always has like these like very rusty chains that loop down here, like a Hot Topic 2005 vibe. You know, it's like he found it, I think, at some point or whatever. And he would tie little pieces of cloth from different missions that you guys had done or different things you'd steal. There was like a tent piece one time. There was like a rag from this crazy event you guys robbed. Just different things. And there is a piece of that little chain with what you immediately recognize as this bag from this time that you guys hid out in a grocer's building and couldn't get out and slept there overnight and put the bags together for pillows and laughed about it, and he kept part of the bag. And that piece is sitting on the street where you saw him walk, and you see it through your clairvoyance.
I'm gonna go walk outside and pick it up at least.
It's even more rusty than you remember.
And it's good he's in the rain.
Hurricane.
It's good he's in the rain. Yeah, the hurricane. Bognak blows away to the combat.
This dangerous ass hurricane is gonna walk outside.
It's good he's in the rain because you can't tell if he's crying or it's just rain on his face at this point. And he's just gonna kind of stare at it for a second, and he's gonna like grip it tight. He's gonna like take some twine and tie it around his neck like a little necklace, and he's gonna walk back inside.
I just imagine you crying in the loud storm. The necklace is like blowing in the wind, and you're like tying it up as it's like you're like trying to keep your clothes on, and like walk back to the
It's like,
door.
I'm just wet. It's not tears.
Yeah, and as you walk back, you just see through the window just the light blue of Will, who's watching you the whole time. And, you know, as soon as you walk in, he's there to comfort you.
Yeah. Sexual. No, I just.
Back to the fight!
As soon as nobody else is there, he's like, all right, my true colors show. No.
Okay,
My to hit.
yes, I was gonna say. You need to do it.
So I got a 23 and a 20 on Russ Quinn. Did those both hit?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one is 18 fire damage,
Beat the shit out of each other while we're dying.
and the second one is 10 piercing damage, right? Yeah, 10 piercing damage.
Okay. Before he goes, B gets a turn against the wizard. Or unless you want to run past and go to the stairs, but he's in the way. Technically, you're in combat, so use your movement speed.
I guess I'm gonna have to attack him because I wouldn't have known that this is going on downstairs.
Yeah, you walk out. Also, you can't. She's on the side with because the table got split in half, right? So she's on the wizard side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't even see us. It's just like a wall of fire and like all the food's
Yeah.
burned now.
I will say the other wizards have their turn in this, and they're commanding you and Rakshita to stand up and back away from the fire.
I was gonna say, which side of the fire hurts? That was my next question. But
It would be the side towards you. So
Oh, wait, so to make it saving
you
throw
would
from
have
it?
to make a saving throw. You and Rakshita, actually.
yeah.
Oh, she passed.
No.
It was 5d8. I believe it was. It was like 24, 23 or 24. We'll say 23. I'll be generous. 23.
23 fire damage.
And you guys were commanded you get out of your chairs and back up to the wall, so you're a good 10 feet from that firewall.
Livia kills Russ. Russ kills everyone else.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay, B, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and wild shape, I guess, and go into a rage
Okay.
in front of this dude. I have the intention of trying to push past him, but I don't know if that's possible. Just to get back downstairs where
You could-
everybody else is.
You'd roll an athletics check, and he would roll a dexterity saving throw, or an athletics check against your athletics check if he's trying to stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try to get past. I
You
just
trying
want
to
to
go
try to get
upstairs?
past him.
You
No,
you
he's
can
trying to.
you can get past him, but when you pass him, you'll leave his attack of opportunity zone. Like he'll be able to attack you as you go by.
But then I'll be headed back to where like everybody else is, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're in the room with Penny and Rakshita. You just can't see them past the wall of
Yeah,
fire.
you're downstairs. You're just on the other side of the wall of fire, so you can't see us. But you're on the first floor with us.
Oh fuck it! I'm just gonna run through the wall of fire now. To
Okay.
get to where you guys are.
All right. Well, I'll roll that
It's
damage.
us standing there on fire. Well, I guess Rakshita's like normal, but I'm like a burning tree. Hello.
Hi.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 3. I rolled a 6. Good things are my charisma rolls.
27 fire damage. And you jump on the other side and see Penny and Rakshita standing there. Like, not doing anything. But living.
Well, Rakshita passed her, so she might break out of it eventually. But
How much
Penny
did you
is.
say?
27.
27.
Oh, my phone.
You still a bear?
Is that half because of your
Yeah.
rage?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Russ Quinn is gonna go. Oh boy. What to do here?
Yeah, what to do, little bit.
You hush your mouth.
PvP fight over there.
You hush your mouth hole. I mean, he's gonna wild shape. He's gonna wild shape into a velociraptor. I mean, what else?
It won't last long, but he can do it.
It'll last long enough to do what he wants to do. All right,
I'll
he's
give him a round.
turning into a velociraptor and kind of angle his body on the side of the room from you, kind of square you up so he's away from the fire, but he's still within your attack opportunity zone as a velociraptor. Wall shape movement. And then he'll, yeah, that'll be it. He'll square you up. And he uses wild shape. Your turn.
So we're currently squared up. I don't have to run at him or anything.
No, you're 5 feet from a velociraptor.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna bonus action steady aim to give myself advantage and act like enabling my sneak attack to pop off. And I'm going to flame blade and rapier him.
Ooh.
The flame blade is another 23 to hit. The rapier is 14 to hit, so that probably doesn't.
No, that does not.
Ooh. That's now.
So the flame blade is going to be 28 fire damage.
Oof, okay.
And the second attack doesn't hit. Use my bonus action, and I can't move because I steady aimed. So that's my turn.
Okay. The wizards are going to do stuff that really nobody can see right now because they're on the other side of the fire, so go ahead and take your turn, B. Because Penny is backing up against the wall. Rakshita's kind of coming to, and immediately yells that we have to get Penny out of here. And
Right, son, if I'm out of the fight, there's only 7 wizards fighting.
I'm not leaving until I get rest.
She is going to take her sword and jam it into the wall, and you hear cracks as she's trying to like break into the wall. And she looks at you, B, and says, "Help me." So now it's your turn.
No, B's going to find Russ. Fuck that. I have advantage on perception checks while I'm like wild shaped as a bear, so I want to try to like sniff him out if I can to find where he's at. If I can't see him.
Your sniff is through the firewall, and into the kitchen, which is the next room over. But the firewall's coming from that room, so you know it's on the other side of that wall. You smell him over there.
Okay, I'm just beelining towards that. I don't care.
You jump through the fire
Going
again?
back through the wall.
Don't give a fuck.
Alright, 22 fire damage. And with your whole movement speed, you can go right into the kitchen, and they are again on the other side of that firewall.
There's another one?
No, it's like the firewall went like this, and like they're here, and then the rest of the room goes down, and there's the doorway in the other room, and you were just on this side. So there's a wall right here. So you had to go through the firewall and back over here through. It's the same wall. It split the house.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's a powerful spell. And the house is on fire.
All I care about is
concentration on that.
Yes, but it's not the one that was
his rust.
It's not on fire. Sorry.
Yeah.
All B cares about is Russ, so she's in protect mode now. So
you can see their silhouettes. You can literally, as you run in the kitchen, you see the wall of fire, and you can see through it the silhouettes of a velociraptor kind of jumping up with its hind legs and preparing. As you see Livia's already in motion to cast a spell, and it's like that wobbly through fire image straight from hell. But you know that that's Russ, and you know that's Livia.
If I still have more movement, I'll keep going.
You've got 10 more feet. You can get right to the. You can jump through the fire and land within 5 feet of the fire, but you're gonna have to move or take more damage eventually.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh my gosh, this bear is catching on fire.
All for her man. Listen, we're gonna have a talk about toxic kings because Rusty won.
All right, 19.
It's a baby daddy.
19 fire damage.
Oh, that's cute too. Very cute. Still a bear.
All right, yeah, you jump on this other side and you see them. So it is now Russ's turn. He is going to attack you as a velociraptor. So he's going to make 3 attacks. One with its bite, 2 with its claws. One with the bite plus.
I am gonna use my draconic protective wings at this point to increase my AC to 19.
Okay. That is a 19 for the bite, for the claws, with a plus 5. That is a 18 that misses. And second claw is a 22. So.
It's a 2-hit.
You'll take 17 piercing for the bite, and for the claw, 14 slashing. Velociraptor hits. And then he sees B, so he is going to readjust himself to get in between you and B as you see this big Velociraptor is focused on B and her abdominal area. And he just looks at you and hisses, and his little spikes kind of pop up on the back of his Velociraptor neck. And it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just keep going full throttle like he is, and I'm gonna steady aim and get advantage on him again for that sneak attack with the flame blade. 20.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
And then do you want to roll the rapier hit too right now? And I'll just do it all, or?
Yeah, if you're doing both, yeah.
That's a 23, so that one does.
Okay. He's still Velociraptor, but it's going down.
For now. So the first attack is 32 fire damage.
Oof.
And the second attack is 6 plus 3, 9 piercing damage. So 41 total.
Yeah, he's still a Velociraptor, but not for long.
Well, in that case, I am gonna hop back as far as I can.
All right.
Get out of range.
He is going to make some swipes at you.
But he can't because I'm mobile and you don't get opportunity attacks on me after I attack you. So
beautiful.
That's cool.
Beautiful. All right, you hop back.
The bob and weave.
But I guess everybody's in this room. Rakshita's back in there. You can't really hear what's going on. The wizards are moving around. Yeah, so we'll just go straight to B.
So B's gonna run into the room a little bit further, but not within range of either of them.
Oh, you are within range. 5 feet in front of you is Russ, and then 5 feet after that is Livia, but she just backed up.
Okay. I'm gonna go and
You're getting in between us.
Yeah, I'm gonna run around and get in between them, and I'm gonna immediately unwild shape. Bee's knees hit the ground, and she bursts into tears, and she says, "It's the baby! It's the dinosaur! Something's wrong with the dinosaur, you guys!"
Yeah, Livia don't like that.
It's Russ's turn after, and then Livia, he is going to end his wild shape and run up sliding on his knees to you, and what is it? What is it? I'll fix anything! And now it's Livia's turn.
Yeah, at this point, Livia also runs up to the both of them, looks at Russ, and is like, "I'm here for B. We can stop this for a second." And I'm also like, "What, B? What can we do?"
B's turn.
Okay, I was about to say.
Well, they're not fighting anymore, so combat is over. So now it's free conversation.
He's gonna look around, and she's like, "We have to get out of here. The place is gonna catch on fire."
Russ is gonna think about what he can. He's trying to figure out what to do, which is meaning Scott is trying to figure out what to do.
Didn't Russ set the fire? Who set this firewall?
Oh yeah, he's just gonna end the firewall.
This is your firewall.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Been holding on.
It goes away. I think he had to roll a concentration earlier. Yeah, the firewall goes down.
I was like,
And he is immediately gonna use his second wild shape to dive under, be wild shape into a velociraptor, and kind of accidentally with his tail hit Livia in the face as he takes off really fast. And just bobs and weaves the wizards as they're trying to figure out, and busts through the front door and just gallops through the storm like at top speed.
What about Penny and Archita?
He left everybody. He don't care about us, girl. He left us like you left us. He said,
That's
"My
what
girlfriend."
I said, though. That's
He
what
is-
I said.
he is
We
gonna
have to go back.
Make his way to that stable and dive under that stable and take a breath as the velociraptor and like look back at you with this like velociraptor smile.
You have to go
Playing
back
League,
for them,
like-
Russ. Go get the rest of them.
Just kind of like steam comes out of his nose and looks at you like you're crazy.
I'm serious.
Dives out of the stable and takes back and gets to the front door, and like the rain's kind of pouring down on him. The rain's hitting you too. He just kind of like lowers his body so you can like get off and go through the front door, and then he is just going to back up and just run up and smash the wall, but it doesn't break, and he's just going to keep going back and forth to smash that side of the wall. Oh wait, the firewall's down. He's an idiot. He's going to go inside. The firewall's down. I was trying to get through the wall.
It's his firewall.
All right, yeah, Russ.
You did that.
He's not ending his other wild shape, but
He's
he's
so
going to go in
high,
as a
he's
velociraptor. For real.
like what?
Yeah, but he's going to go in as a velociraptor, so you're inside now. But there are wizards in there.
He's
There's
gonna go
approximately
inside
7.
and yell for everybody to leave and try to wrangle everybody
Ugh.
out. And gonna go up and is Penny done now? I'm assuming it's been longer than a minute.
Yes, it is
I mean,
ended, but at the same time, roll initiative because the room
I mean,
is
I don't
full
think
of wizards.
For me, it's not gonna end because they're just gonna keep doing it. Like there's 6 of them on,
Yeah,
7
so
of them or whatever. So it's like they're just
we're
standing
gonna
there.
pause
It's me.
here for this episode because we're just gonna lead straight back into this fight again, and then we'll see what Bognak's doing. What a weird way to end a session.
It's very on brand for us. That chaos is actively on brand. All the damage I took was from V, and I'm like, is this how I die? Standing in a fire? It could be. Let's find out. It'd be anticlimactic, but that'd be on brand for me. So we'll see what happens. But I did take over 30 points of damage from my teammates. So
See, this was a combination of B and Livia, though. This is
V, Livia, it's all
B
of them.
like, fuck
hey,
it, I want it, and Livia like, fuck you, I don't want you. I'm gonna make it a problem.
That has been Dragontooth. It's B
Oh,
and Livia
really?
being like, this is a good idea, and everyone being like, literally said who?
Meanwhile,
Who said that?
Bognak's making friends with the boat guy.
Yes, B, we are the Chaos Queens.
Bognak being a capitalist. Like,
Bognak's just playing like house, just cleaning this guy's place up, making him some breakfast, looking for.
Just
his
hear like
other
lo-fi music in the background and like Bognak's like cleaning when we cut to him.
friend. Bognak is lo-fi girl.
For real.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, my face hurts. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you had a good time. We'll see you all next time for episode 41, where simultaneously an army is being built and fights within the party are happening.
hey, who needs an army when you don't have anyone to lead it?
I love it.
At least they're free.
Bye everybody. See you later.
Peace out!
I call Vorg as my backup.